like to hit the X card now, please? X card. Hitting the X card.
I'm afraid we're going to need a breakout room.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
Hey, guys, I leveled up.
Just me. Just me.
Things that...
I have something to do on Wednesdays now. Sorry.
We have started recording. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little
Was I
scatterbrained.
naughty?
I just finished up this. There's people talking about sex.
That's the music from the. It's John's music. I was like, am I hearing my the television from like the other room? Like, oh my god, how loud is that? And I'm like, no, it's John. Okay.
It's the Grizzly Hills music. Last time on Old Gate Adventures, you all were called back to High Keep to see the king. He's not the only person you ran into. Celine was there to come in and show off her baby bump.
She looked fucking cute, too.
She's kind of glowing.
Ugh.
Her skin was great.
She's retaining water.
You think skin looks ugly?
That wasn't in character.
I liked her scales. She was growing scales. And then Doolan came in, and for the first time ever, you kind of saw him at a loss for words.
For a loss for words, he sure said a lot.
Said a bit, and then left. You went in for an audience with the king, who listened to what you had to say and reprimanded you for not checking in with him and for not returning and reporting in after Hali had taken the skull. And in a very heated conversation, told you that your next thing you must do is track down Hali, kill him, or bring him to justice, and bring the skull back to High Keep, back to Bastion, to be destroyed. After which, you were escorted out of the palace, down the streets of the High City, and where there were a bunch of musketeers standing along the street, who, as you passed by, turned their backs on you. You headed across the bridge over the Maid Fate Channel, found yourself in a very nice hotel, inn, where there were a family of halflings, which was just a bit too much for Kismet. So she excused herself outside. You had a bit of a conversation before calling it a night. So.
Well, and when the camera ended, it was Kismet standing in front of Doolan's house.
Sure was.
So, why don't we just start there?
Great.
I want you to know, Kismet, or LJ, while Kismet's doing this, Orlac will be sleeping fine. Well, didn't want you to be concerned.
I had no doubt.
Helpful.
The sun has just gone down over the horizon, and you can hear the rebels coming from the docks and some other places nearby. Not quite the rowdy noises that you're used to in the places that you usually frequent, but more higher class stuff as you stand outside this It's a large house. Most of the places around here are broken up into apartments and like shops underneath and places to live over the top. But this is in a nice section of town, right overlooking the bay, and there are pillars, white marble, statues outside. Not exactly the place you'd expect to see Doolan, but now that he is a lord, the husband of a duke, things have stepped up a little, and you find yourself standing for a moment, looking up at the ornate wooden door with a brass door knocker. Lantern lighting the inside. You see movement behind the curtains. What would you like to do?
I'm just standing there in the street, looking at the window, wanting to go to the door and speak to him, but just replaying 1,000 different scenarios of how it could go and what it could mean, and just willing him to see her. She probably stands there for 15, 20, 30 minutes.
As you're standing there, you see a lantern go on in the house, and another one. Then you hear the door latch goes and opens up. It's kind of hard to tell. This person's a bit backlit, but it's not Doolan. This person is shorter, not as built. And they walk outside with a long candle, and they turn around and light a lantern outside, and then you can kind of see the blonde hair as they look over and, can I help? And you see it's Myles. He's just stunned. He gives you a sorrowful smile. He says, well, don't stand out in the cold.
I didn't know if he'd want to see me.
Well, I can't say for sure that he does. But he will. I know he wants to hear from you, even though he says otherwise. Come on. He waves you inside. Feeling a little cold for Myles. And he walks inside and says, "My lord?" And you hear the voice coming from the back. Yes, what is it? Someone to see you, sir. You hear footsteps. He comes and looks around and he sees you. No, shut the door behind you. He turns around and walks over to a bar that's right there. It's a little cart. Pulls out a couple of glasses, pours them, hands one to Myles, who hands it to you, and he sits down in like this power chair. Myles starts to leave and he says, "This concerns you too. You can stay." Myles stands there. Doolan, sitting in his chair, motions towards a couch.
Before I sit down, I just look over at Myles and say, I understand that your feelings towards me may be, well, what they are. But for what it's worth, it's really good to see you.
He gives a little smile and kind of looks down carpet.
I sit and just sort of like take a moment before I raise my head to meet Doolan's eyes.
He's just staring at you.
I couldn't bear to leave things the way they were earlier. I know I've disappointed you. For what it's worth, it wasn't my intent. It wasn't any of our intents. You took me in as a broken little thing that was whipped into following orders, and the first time I thought for myself in years was the day I chose not to follow orders after you. And you taught me everything that matters. I had lost my family and you built us a new one. You taught me to think for myself, to reason and use my stubbornness and tendency towards rash action and things that others might see as flaws to my advantage. And for that I'll always be grateful. But that very teaching is what's led me to where I am today. We were put in the middle of an impossible situation. And I admit we should have found a way to check in and figure out what was going on. But honestly, between Allard and Hali, we just did our best to do good while we grieved. I know you must miss him too. I've got my orders and I'm following them. Make no mistake. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt every day. Doesn't mean I don't miss my brother. But to you, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what my intent was. I let down my word. And I'm trying to fix it.
Isn't it? When I first found you in that little ravine, you were abused, hurt. And it was my fault for thinking that you were a good soldier. You followed orders, did what needed to be done, you thought on your feet. But I realize now that you weren't following orders. You were just doing what I said. When I recommended you to become King's Musketeer and for your commission as a lieutenant, it's because I thought you'd become a good soldier. But you were just doing what one person says. From loyalty to me. I need to know what the fuck happened out there. Because I know what Allard has said, and I know what you said in front of the king. What I need to know is what really happened. Where is Halibaster? What is with these new folk that you travel with? Empyreans. I know we're in bed with them right now, but I'd be remiss in my duties if I didn't ask.
Kismet finally slugs down the drink. What happened was exactly what I told the king. We found the skull, which we later found out was not orders from any member of the court, was actually demons impersonating Sir Basil, seeking to gain the skull for their own uses. I won't deny there's a part of me that wonders if we had taken it back, if we'd have been ambushed on our way and it would have been taken from us and used by the demons.
That was exactly their plan. That's what happened to Allard. When
Even
he returned,
now,
Sir Basil had him meet somewhere that wasn't in the capital and tried to get him away from everyone else so that they could kill him and take it, but he had Marie with him, and between the two of them, they're very wily. They managed to get away.
That sounds like the DeLongvilles. Not so certain that the king's intent is so very much disaligned with Hali's patron, and I'm guessing at straws now. I'm judging as best I can the man I knew. He would not do something like that lightly. And he is not a blind follower of faith. He's not one to be brainwashed or tricked or a fanatic. his relationship with his patron always seemed to be one of good faith and genuine positive intent in the world. That's why he was able to work with us. So I'm going to find him. We're going to get the skull and we're going to bring it back so it can be destroyed. But I think perhaps in the grand scheme of things, it was for the best. In terms of keeping the skull out of the demon's hands, which is the only priority. We'll find him. We're on his trail. We've been scrying him, and these two dragonborn, or draken, they come in quite handy in a fight. You want to talk about two that can get away with being rather scrappy? They're them.
Well,
I don't hold with their religious beliefs, but they're not so rigid as we've been led to believe. We have more in common than we have in difference. And
Puts his
right now,
drink down and he stands up. Actually,
that's destroying the
make a
skull.
persuasion roll.
Alright, first roll of the night. Okay, 21.
He says,
perhaps if you trusted in me or the king in the same way that we trusted you when we appointed you to your position, we could have helped. As it stands, I think you're on your own. Prove to me that you can do this. And I'll buy a drink. Fulfill your duty. And I cannot help you.
he looks at Myles and he takes his drink and he leaves the room. And Myles,
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a phrase that is their phrase of like saying goodbye or something. I think it's probably something along the lines of like be seeing you. Like they never say goodbye to each other. But she says it anyways.
He pauses like right at the door and without turning around goes,
Be seeing you.
and walks into the other room. Myles says, he walks to the door and opens it for you and says, as you pass by,
I can't do much. Let me know if I can do anything. Be seeing you.
Just puts a hand on his shoulder and squeezes a little bit. Be seeing you. And heads off into the night. Where I'm sure you're all gonna be shocked. She gonna wander for a while.
Hi, Ben.
Ben!
Hi. I'm waiting for my food to be done, and then I'm going to make my way to my small little hotel room, and then I'll join via my computer.
No, we're glad you're here.
So
Thanks.
Are you up in the north?
I'm up in Ely now, yeah.
Dang. Is it super hot up there? Because it is like 85 degrees here.
It's warm, but right now it's not too bad. I think our high was like 70 something, like 70s, like 77, close to 80, I think. But the nights are nice and cool.
All right, so what you missed, Ben, was Kismet went and talked to Doolan, and that went just as well as you would think it did. But
That went pretty well. So that went pretty well.
That's cool.
But
Exactly,
Myles
she's gonna
was,
talk
and
to you.
Myles was there.
I thought Myles died.
No, he
That's why it
works
was
for-
super impressive.
He was just zombie Miles.
See. Anyway,
Back at the tavern.
yeah, back at the tavern.
What are the rest of you doing?
I think
Yeah.
we were sleeping.
yeah, I think we had gone to sleep.
Oh,
We got a long
Did
rest.
you not want to go and get the scrolls?
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to
late.
do that in the morning.
Yeah, it's late.
Oh,
to
is
do
it
that.
late? I thought we came like.
It's like night.
Was it late?
I mean,
What time
we
is it?
got here midday. We had thing with the king.
I remember it took like we had to be spruced up and cleaned up, and then
Oh yeah.
yeah, you stood around for a while.
John said like the sun was going down. So
Yeah, the sun had basically, as you got to Doolan's place, the sun had just gone down and there was a little glow on the horizon. It's been a long day though, so it's probably around 8 o'clock.
I imagine we got 2 rooms, and as we're getting ready to go up to the 2 rooms, I'm going to pause and go. We're good with 2 rooms, Willow? Or should I get another room?
It was fine.
It's good?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna just kind of look at Argoon and then walk in our room.
Did you like look at him like in a weird way?
It was more of like a, I don't know what to say or do right now, so I'm just gonna walk in.
Wait a minute. Eliza's
Why did-
awkward?
No.
Never. She's
What,
never
okay.
been on.
That doesn't sound right.
Gonna have
I
to
mean,
check my
Ergun's just probably
notes.
gonna take her at face value. It's like,
Yeah.
rooms.
Johnny.
Check my notes here. Started using post-its.
I mean, in the
This is
past,
going
I would
forward.
think that the Draken have probably always stayed with each other, and that
Mhm. Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
I just know the
So
last
I
couple
would-
nights, Willow and Ergun have snoogled.
right.
night.
But I mean,
One
as
night.
far like it's been a while since we've stayed like at an inn, so I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I figure as much that we would probably go back to just oh, maybe this is drama. I don't know.
We just go back to normal.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's why Eliza asked. So, yeah. We go to bed.
Yeah, Orlac and Draken. Good night, Eliza and Willow.
Good night, everyone.
So I think like Orlac's been like reading and like taking notes because he does that most nights. And like we all go up to like the rooms upstairs and like we go down the hallway and like he's sort of unconsciously following Ergun because it's sort of like their thing. And we get to the door and he turns in and like Ergun turns into the door and Orlac sort of stops and looks up and goes, I thought you'd be sleeping somewhere else.
I got the single. He's just sprawled out like a starfish on one giant king bed.
No. I'm with Ergun in the hallway. I just sort of like I thought I was like reading and I was like, no. Okay.
This is our room. We stay in the room together.
Yes, but that was before you and Willow.
Before- Yeah.
You know, you're allowed to stay with her in an inn.
But she didn't ask me to.
Maybe she was waiting for you to ask. If you want something, Ergun, you should take it.
It seems like taking something from Willow without asking would be a bad idea.
No,
and not very-
or like does one of these things, like pets his horns for a second and goes, no, it's Showing intention.
My
Showing
intention
interest.
is, interest in is I you
Okay,
are making
okay.
these faces at me. I don't understand why.
Give me your pack.
Here.
Takes it. Go to the room. Knock on the door. Ask her to go for a walk. Have to do everything, and he stomps into the room.
He like
Closes the door.
the door like closes in his face, and he's like, and I think like Aragon just like takes a moment, looks down, looks up, and then just like shuffles, like over.
Knockety knock knock.
Who is it?
It is Ergun.
Oh. Yeah, I should know. I'll get the door.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
I was told to knock on this door.
Okay. Is that all?
I was told to show intention and to take what I want, I guess, but that
Whoa!
seems...
Whoa, buddy. Continue.
I have confused. Do you mean I should stop or go? You had two commands there.
Yes.
Eliza, that's not an answer.
Yes, go. No, take. Go.
This makes sense to me.
Okay.
Willow, are you going to sleep right now, or would you like to go on a walk? Do you need to go on a walk? You have had many feelings today.
Yeah, a walk would be really nice.
Okay.
You feel your cloak, which you had taken off and laid on the bed, thrown at you.
Ah, jeez. Thanks.
Eliza is a good friend. It is cold outside.
Yeah. Oh, Eliza, I'm not sure if this is in the portable hole. What are you doing with your hands?
Knitting?
So behind the door where where Ergun can't see, she's...
Hopeful. I'm asking to see if you can check for something. Please stop.
Opens the door all the way so Ergun can see.
No, I think it's funny if like she just like closes the door on Ergun for a moment and just like has a moment with Eliza. Like,
What? Could you check and see if the scrying stone or the glass orb for scrying is in the portable hole?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can you move a little bit?
Me?
Yeah, I just need to lay it out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I forget. Yep.
So I lay out
I
the
think
portable
it's-
hole,
I think it's actually in the bag of holding.
which Kismet would have.
Well, Willow
just
is
like rummage through. It's
Yeah.
like it's not here. Strange.
Got all these bottles of wine, but
So many sweaters.
He's right there.
so many sweaters.
Tony.
Oh my gosh.
The best.
The laundry gremlin.
I love him so much. Laundry gremlin.
Step one, steal socks. Step
So
three.
Eliza would go down into the hole and like kind of move a couple hats out of the way and some scarves, and like it has not been cleaned in here in a while. It's definitely messy.
Hat box.
And she's gonna look up and go, You remember that shop we used to go to where we would give stuff away, to help out the people? I think I need to visit. I've got hats.
I see that.
I don't even like hats.
Not no.
I don't see the orb. I think it might be with Kismet in the bag of holding.
Fuck. She just kind of snuck out at dinner, didn't she?
I'm sure she'll be back.
Yeah, but
What do you need the orb for?
You can totally hear us.
oh, I opened the door back up.
Through the door.
Sorry.
I just figure that I might be helpful. We could find Kismet Willow if you wanted.
True. Yeah, I need the orb to try on Hali to try and figure out where he might be. And fingers crossed he's on this plane.
Is that something you have to do tonight?
No, I just want to be prepared.
It would be nice to do it before sleeping, so you can renew your energy before the morning.
Well, scrying can't scry on the same target within 24 hours, so it wouldn't super matter. But okay, so you
I'm not here, but just game knowledge, because Willow would know it. You can if you succeed.
oh,
If you
gotcha.
succeed scrying, then you can scry on them as many times as you want until you fail. Like, it has as many times as you're able with your spells. If they make their save, then you can't scry on them for another 24 hours.
Do you have that spell memorized?
Well, yeah, I have it prepared.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's all. So yeah, that's that's what I'm thinking.
Perhaps it is wise to simply process feelings before. It did not seem like there was an immediate rush to do this now.
You're right. You're right. Shall we?
Yes,
Do you want to take a hat?
Nope.
hats are odd on my head.
And I take one, and I take a knife, and I rip 2 holes in the top of it, and I go,
It is too small, but I appreciate the gesture.
he looks very cute.
He does get one horn through it.
It's like a little.
So it's kind of like it's a big guy in a tiny hat. But
you
it's
can
kinda-
you can throw it out
Make
on
it-
your way. I'm gonna go make a donation.
I will treasure this forever. You have given me a gift. I appreciate said gift.
That's right. Draken.
So you're gonna scry?
Well,
I can't.
Wait,
Oh, you can't?
without the orb, right?
I need the orb, and Kismet has it.
Oh, because you don't have the spell ready.
No, you need an orb to do it.
Yeah, I need like a focus, and it's in the bag of holding with Kismet.
I'm sure you had
so
your druidic focus.
I wonder if there's specifically like the. I guess we'd have to look at the spell, but does the
I got
spell require a ball or something or other? I'm gonna check on my
requires
food
some
real
kind
quick.
of
See if I-
focus. Okay.
And checking.
Yeah, a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a font filled with holy water. I mean, it doesn't say that it can't be the druidic focus, but
Well, but it seems all those things are stuff that you can look in. like has a reflection.
That
And
too.
you know, Orlac has a mirror.
That is true.
Yeah, anything that doesn't have a gold piece's value in the focus thing, you can use your druidic focus for. But yeah, having a $1,000 price tag to it, you definitely need something.
All right. If you guys give me like 2 minutes, I will be on my computer. So I'm just gonna
Sure.
call off, and then I'll be right back.
You got it, kiddo.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We want to play out the whole walk finding Kismet thing, or just start in the morning? I'm just wondering, like, get out of the scene
Yeah.
early. You know, my old screenwriting adage: get out early.
Out
Yeah.
early. Get in late,
I-
get out early.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. But
Yeah.
that's Willow's and
Because honestly, if Kismet doesn't want to be found, she's not going to be found.
It is the truth.
Oh, the little head.
oh my god.
Oh, I love
So
that.
happy.
It's like
I
good
wish-
in the hat.
I wish Ben were here.
I'll show him when he
Gotta
gets
show
back.
him again. Yeah.
Or it can be an Easter egg for if he ever watches this episode.
There you go.
Ooh.
I know I put a lot of work into these episodes just because I want to, and I'm like, nobody's. You know, we're going through a little bit, but
Actually, a friend of mine who is a super D&D nerd would really actually love to watch the episodes if you don't mind if I give him the links.
I mean, I don't mind. But
Yeah.
That was for like
You. Yeah. You have my permission.
Sure.
Welcome, friend.
and
Hi.
I'm just gonna assume Ben says yes because he's not here to defend himself.
Well, so everybody say, "Hi,
unanimous.
John."
Hi, John.
He's another John, and he also spells it correctly.
Nice.
Nice.
Without that superlative H,
Ugh.
He's not a John.
Jahan.
John.
He's not a Johan.
Mm-hmm.
Not a Jonathan.
A Jonathan.
Ben.
The amount of times he says Jonathan in that opening monologue.
Excuse me. I was told we weren't going to talk about this movie for at least 3 or 4 months because I'm having PTSD about the whole thing.
Had to watch it for 4 days in a row. Okay, so you're going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Does-
definitely tell on Argoon to his sister, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Does Kismet eventually sneak in and go to bed too, or does she stay out through the night? Is she there in the morning?
Does the place we're staying have a window?
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
bunch of
hang
them
out.
actually.
Gonna sneak in.
I'm gonna hang out on the roof for a while, and when I feel like they're probably asleep, which I'm not really waiting for, I'm just up. Lots of thoughts, lots of feelings. But yeah, so I don't know when Willow comes back, if she comes back at all. But when Eliza goes to sleep, there is no Kismet. And when she wakes up, there is a sleeping Kismet near her.
Snoring and farting.
As you do.
It's just what sleeping is.
Willow.
Kismet's curled up, but with a foot touching Eliza.
Aw.
Adorable. Hello. Yes.
Willow, do you and Ergoon take a little walk around?
Yeah. I think we do. I don't think we go expressly to try and find Kismet.
Mm.
I'm just taking the invitation to, like, not be in my head anymore.
It's this area is really nice, and as you like kind of go out, you walk down, and you've been in Bastion many times, and you know that there's this cliff right in front of the Made Fate channel that eventually like turns into the docks. It kind of like cools off, but like on top of that there is this pathway that has been carved that actually kind of like goes down and it overlooks the entire bay and out into the sea, and you can see Ghislaine from here. You can see the lights of ships on the water. The moon reflecting in the ocean is very romantic.
Mm.
Lovely.
You know, this is a spot that I would retreat to a lot when I needed to clear my head. It's really pretty this time of year.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like you. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
I noticed that John Ergun is a little bit more forward than Ben Ergun.
Totally.
Ben comes back in and like it's like, I want you to have my Draken babies. He's like, wait, what?
I am never leaving Zoom again.
You're great, Ben.
But
So-
it worked out my character.
Ben comes back. Willow's pregnant. What?
We're gone
Shapelet.
for so long.
That was a really good walk.
It's an entire crash of babies.
Well,
That's
Draken are
just-
magically created, God knows, it's fast.
Stretch mark.
We can always flash back to this a little bit later, so we'll
Yeah.
move on
Sure.
until
We'll leave them. I'm like dangling my feet off of the cliff edge.
Mhm.
Well, and nothing really has to happen. It can just be.
Right.
Well,
A
yeah, but
nice
it's
moment.
a nice moment.
Nice
that we
little
can all play
moment.
out. That's
Little
all.
like fireflies blinking,
Mhm.
Aw.
like
Um,
crickets in the background.
Suspicious
Whoa.
guardsmen following the Draken, the usual stuff.
Yeah, 20 feet back.
And the next morning, Eliza, as with the sun kind of slowly waking you up, you feel that foot against your butt.
And I take my foot and monkey toe pinch her foot. And hold on to her toes.
Not the first time.
I'm back.
Ben!
Hello.
It's great. You got Willow pregnant, by the way. While you were gonna...
Hot damn, we're experimenting now. Cracks open case of beer. Well, I guess this is what Dad's doing now.
Oh.
She pinches the feet.
the foot fight.
I think I pretend to be asleep
Smack her with your tail.
for like just long enough that she's like maybe gonna pinch it again to be like, what the fuck? And I just like turn over really quick and just like clock her in the face with the pillow. And it's like full on like
no!
like tickle pillow fight.
And Willow's in the room too?
Oh yeah. All of the
Willow.
grief
That's up to
and
Willow
sadness.
and Ergun, I guess.
I mean, this is the next morning.
Yeah.
I think we'd probably come back.
Yeah.
Because I insisted on some sleep.
Do we not just go on a walk?
Yeah.
We
you-
were going to
yeah.
flash back to it just because you were gone.
Understood.
Yeah. If you care to flash back, we can go back there now, or we can move to Scrying, or whatever you guys want.
I mean, I still think that Ergun and Willow are just kind of, being very kind of chill about whatever is happening. So I can't imagine that. I mean, Willow, if you want to RP it, I'd love to, but I don't think anything more than just a genuine bit of talking and processing. If you want to do that processing, great. I'm all about it.
Eliza.
What? This is your face. It's elf human, and this is a Draken face.
Yep.
Like that
That's
bird
right.
that dips into the water.
Drakens have lips, kind of.
Willow would know.
Mhm.
But
What?
we're fine.
Yeah. Fine. So the next morning.
So the next morning.
So you, there's giggling and pillow fighting as you all kind of, well, the
Ryan.
ladies.
Who did this?
That was me.
Thank you.
Good,
Is
isn't
it good?
Also, how dare you?
You like it?
It's fantastic.
Wow,
Love it.
that is good.
What is this?
It's a limoncello.
I
Oh,
found
it's
it's really good if you
limoncello.
mix it with tequila.
Homemade
Why would you
limoncello.
need to?
You know, yeah, it's already.
It's like 120 proof booze in there to begin with.
Yeah.
All right. It's the next morning. What do you do?
Yes.
Pillow fight.
Well, after our pillow fight, I think it's the three of us girls in the room. So we should probably get moving. I know Willow was going to scry on Hali if at all possible. And we should probably see if the musketeers or someone in the court has a way for us to keep in touch. Perhaps one of those two-way scrolls.
The king did say what we needed. Don't
Yep.
think we're gonna get anything fancy, but I think particularly something that is in the line of communication would probably be a good ask.
If it's not too much trouble, you know, and if they'll let me, I should visit Mena.
Yes, I also still need to send a message out to Hali just to let her know. And check in. But- Yeah.
Can you message someone not on this plane?
I mean, I have a sending stone with Hali. I think messaging somebody on a different plane would require a big ol' spell.
She looks at Orlok.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking in your room.
Oh, we're still in the room.
We're still in our room, yeah.
She looks through the wall. Douche.
She shoves her head through the wall.
I know you're listening.
I'm always listening.
Oh.
Orlok is Batman now.
Orlok!
Or man.
drugs. Dr. Fishy, no! Sorry.
Sorry. Back in it.
Yes.
Kismet, I think the scrying stone is in the bag of holding. Are you able to check?
And I get it out and hand it to Willow.
Thank you. Let me pull it up. So I know Hali has to make a saving throw for wisdom.
DC?
17.
John, I have my character sheet if you want me to roll. Otherwise, you do you.
Go for it.
You said it was 17, Alora?
Mhm.
And
wisdom?
Well,
because I know you well, it's
Up by 5.
5 save. Yeah.
So what's
So-
the total save?
23.
23 for wisdom?
Mhm.
No, definitely a fail. You see Hali, wherever Hali is. Wherever John says Hali is.
Excellent.
Okay.
So are you doing this like at breakfast? Or are you still in the room?
Oh, I figure I'm still in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you.
I think as she does this, I'm gonna, knowing what's happening, and knowing that I can do it without breaking her concentration, I'm going to quietly sneak over to the guy's room, like kind of rap on the door and be like,
It takes 10 minutes to scry, so.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, hey, just so you know, Willow's scrying on Hali. We'll let you know if anything important happens.
Before you get there, like I have a feeling that Orlac and like Orlac is just kind of like pacing back and forth and like trying to talk to Ergun while Ergun's like still laying in bed. It's like I had this thing happen last night. I couldn't sleep, and I don't know why. Usually I'm a very good sleeper.
Clearly there's something.
Sorry, what'd you say?
But clearly there's something on your mind.
I don't know. This is...
Have you slept well the past few nights?
Oh,
Oh, this is just the two of them.
This is just
Oh,
us.
shit. I forgot.
So Orlac goes, wait. And he digs around in his bag and he pulls out a piece of parchment. And it says, and he reads it to you. Your sister says, just kiss her. Folds up the paper, puts it away.
that seems like something that she would say.
It worked for me.
She is Draken. You are Draken. Willow is not Draken.
She seems nice anyway.
She is nice and capable.
I choose to believe your sister. She's very direct in these sorts of things. Figure out how you feel. Tell her how you feel.
Interesting. I feel like that's probably when the knock happens.
Ah. And then so Eliza comes in. Scrying then, yes, okay. Let's go there. As we walk back over, Orlac goes, we're not going to be able to see anything. That's not how the spell works, but Willow will tell us what she sees.
You go in there and you can see Willow has her eyes closed. She's sitting on the bed and
Like doing some
doing her
Hand
incantations and Kismet's there. And a few minutes pass and all of a sudden Willow goes and her eyes are just white. Willow, you feel yourself, your soul kind of out of your body, and you're up above the tavern. And then you get shunted forward quickly, and you just look underneath you, and you see the Verenian Sea just and through clouds, and like it's all going by so fast you can't even make out where you are or what's going on. And all of a sudden, you come to a halt, and you hear the of a ship, and you see as you kind of like settle in on Hali standing at the bow of a ship and looking out, and you hear sailors going like, "Coming up to the Isles, sir. It's all right. Drop the mainsail. Coming around. Bring her in. Keep looking for reefs. Aye, sir." You see, he looks over and sees some guys dropping these big metal shots off the front, trying to just see if, testing the depth of the water where they are. And you can kind of see where he's looking, and you just see islands in front of you. No trees. Completely desolate. Some ruins, perhaps, on those islands. They're so far away.
and they're not familiar to me at all.
They might be.
Should I roll for it?
Yes. I'm not sure what to roll, I guess.
Oh my god, please let
History.
it be the island that we got the
History.
treasure map to in like
Oh my god, in game 2!
God.
Please let it be that island.
It is now. Like, John wasn't doing that at all. John was picking someplace close, but now it's not.
Very far away. History, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the place John's picked is actually pretty cool if it's what I think he's picked.
Okay, well, if it's a history check, is 21, blackjack.
21.
Dang.
You have spent some time on ships around the Verenian Sea, and you never got too close because there are reefs and hidden underwater lands, as well as notorious sea monsters here. But this looks like south of Valenti, the Dead Isles.
Cool.
And it looks like he's in the Verenian Sea, sailing toward them.
Cool. That's a lot. I mean, I have to go out of the scrying to communicate with my friends, right?
I think you can actually talk while you're
Okay.
there. Like you can't hear, you can't see, but I think you can speak to your friends as this is happening. And you can see the ship kind of starts to slow down as sails come down, and they've only got one of the sails up to keep them going slowly as they approach the first couple of pieces of land, and this whole area just looks broken. It doesn't look like naturally formed islands. It looks like maybe this was once a big piece of land and stuff has fallen off into the sea. He just stands there looking out.
Well, he's on this plane. On a ship.
Perception roll.
Cool. Ooh, that's cocked, sorry. 22.
22. You hear a voice say, so, we almost there. He kind of he doesn't even look back. He just says, you'll know when we're almost there. All right. You look and you can see what basically looks like a pirate with black wrap around his head and a red beard and red hair. You recognize this guy. It's Two-Faced.
Oh, wait. So Two-Fist is still alive. And he's with Hali. And it looks like they're making port at the Dead Isles in the Viridian Sea. That is a ways away.
That is several days of travel away.
Not that far. It's not even to Imperia. It's close. We should get a ship.
Bastion is on the Verenian Sea, by the way.
Oh, so he isn't that far away. Oh, look at that. Let me just look at the map that Brian put in the chat.
Oh.
Where is it in the Viridian Sea?
Go down from High Keep. It's that sort of broken islands that lead toward Africa.
Okay, so you got it.
Africa.
Yeah.
Well, what would be
The Dead Islands, the Dead Isles.
Yeah, there's Bastion. Okay, so it's not terrible.
It's about as far as it was for us to get to High Watch from Bastion.
Can you remind me who Two-Faced was?
He was one of those assassins you met at that town that
Yeah,
when
it was,
someone tried to kill you.
He was part of Celine's crew.
Lane's crew, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Two-Fist, and then there was a fucking...
Yep.
Where
And
did
also,
the
you
Vikings
met
go?
him in the Midlands.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just about to say they showed up again when we were in Blackgate.
On this
When
map,
we
you'll
went after the cult priests.
on this map is the map that I just put in the chat. You can see how the Dead Isles are going to look eventually. They'll have that sort of weird, like crater-ish island formation.
Ooh.
Yeah, Two Fist, Amelia Rugby, and Nicolina. And I think some of them died or disappeared. They were on like a separate mission.
Well, and we gave them a perfectly good job. This is how they pay us back. It's fine.
Yeah, that's whatever. I would offer that we could transport via plants, but there's no trees here.
Well, if they're on a ship, we may need a ship to pursue them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of islands there.
We have a ship. It's a small ship. We would need to get a crew.
We have a ship.
And we need to see if we still have that ship, because technically it was at our keep.
You had a keep.
Yeah, it's Hammerguard.
It's actually more of like an island and a keep, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of dwarves that moved into an old dwarven forge there and got it running again. And
You have dwarves.
well, they're not our dwarves.
Dwarves.
It's more like they
Work for us.
You have servants,
no, they're
Contractors.
slaves,
yes.
Independent contractors.
Mhm.
indentured servants.
They're free to
They're not
leave whenever they
indentured.
would like to. And they're paid for
Gave
their
them a
work.
home. They didn't have a home, and we gave them leave to live there and work the forge in return for helping us out every once in a while.
It's really more their home than our home.
We may not have time to wait for your ship to arrive here and then depart. Maybe easier to charter a ship here.
I agree. And find a crew. If we could find a full crew here, that would...
Do you think
They tend to
there's
come with the ship.
any way we could get Marie to bamf us to Hammerguard?
You don't need Marie.
Willow, you know there's
Lark can
trees.
bamf us?
Oh, there are trees? I thought you said there weren't.
Like in
There are
Hammerguard.
trees
At Hammerguard.
Oh, I could get us to Hammerguard.
I forgot you could do that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I did too. Thanks for the reminder, Jen.
If you have it
We could
prepared.
get to Hammerguard, get our ship, and hire a crew. There's plenty of people around
In
the island.
keep that just has the dwarves.
Well, there's other people there too. There's Zippo, and
Yeah,
a
there's a
couple
couple
of people who run the household. And
Are they sailors?
I have a question.
You did
There's
have a
one-
crew for your ship.
sailor we could talk to.
Or when we go and get the scroll from the king, he said, whatever you need, if we say we need a ship with a crew, this is the direction we're going, and ask if they can help with that.
Out of character for a second, didn't we tell?
Ergoon.
whoever was
Ergoon?
running it? Wait.
You were doing this to get Willow's attention. This is what you do, right?
Yes.
Understood. Could
Panic.
Inspiration.
Is a reef not also a plant? Like, is it a sea plant? Could we go through reef? You said there were near reefs there. We just go reef.
I mean, if we can all hold our breath for a little while. I know I can do water breathing, but that's also, it's,
But then we're stuck in a reef without a boat.
yeah.
If they flee on their boat, we'll need a ship.
I understand. He just gets seasick. He doesn't want to do a ship.
That's fair.
Whoa.
I'll make
I
sure
have a
we have
thought.
plenty of ginger before we go.
Maybe we can
Excuse me, I was doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No.
Yes, Orlok.
Out of character for a second. Didn't we tell the captain, whoever the captain was of that ship, to go off and do trading or pirating while we weren't there? Or had they been
Probably,
sitting
yes.
in dock the whole time?
Yeah, I don't know where our ship is.
Yeah,
I
so
think
maybe it might
was
be easier just to charter one here.
Yeah.
Wasn't Hyacinth in charge of our ship since we wrecked hers?
Oh,
That makes sense.
that might be what happened.
She's definitely dead.
It's where your kobold is. He's the
Yeah,
cook.
Zippo's there for sure.
Well, in the keep.
Being a chef.
But our ship, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, is currently being captained by
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth
Yeah.
under our name.
Right. So, but we don't know where it is. So,
No, but one would assume that it at least stops by the keep every now and then to offload our share of the treasure.
Hmm.
sure. But, if we would need to catch up to Hali, we might need. It might be. I don't know. It seems more direct just to get a ship here, and then we don't have to care if it gets blown up.
If the king will give us a ship, I'm not entirely certain.
We can hire one.
We'll ask. We'll ask. I mean, the worst
Much as a
worst case
ship.
scenario is going to say no.
Kismet just looks around, being like, I don't know. Allard usually did the money stuff. I don't know how much milk costs, y'all.
Like $37, right?
Right?
So, and Eliza is just gonna go, it's okay. Allard gave me some of the money that we need.
Hey, what?
Allard gave me like a lot of money. We're fine.
That's very generous.
Didn't I
And
tell you?
Kismet thinks about being upset about that for a second. It's just like, no, you neglected to mention that one small, very insignificant detail.
To be fair, you neglected to mention the whole fairy king thing.
That is true.
You know, fair play.
This is a tit for tat situation.
It's her
And
tail
she
kinda
just like
flops away
shakes
some
Eliza's
fries.
hand and they move on.
Yep.
I have no secrets to tell.
Maybe we can see someone who would be able to put together a potion for seasickness, Argoon.
I can do that.
You can do that?
Yes. Why do you think I just forget when we get on the ship and then he gets sick before I give him the stuff. So then it's more of like the
Well, there you go, Argoon. Willow is your magic potion.
That is not what I said.
Nonetheless, true.
What you're saying is that it's like she's in the bottle, like she's like a genie in a bottle.
I
I had
can
a spell that could make that happen.
I can no, look. I will get these ingredients before we head out. I will make something for you.
Oh.
Not sicky on the shippy.
I am appreciative.
You're welcome.
That's right. Do you not have a way to get in touch with Hyacinth now? Just ask her where she is.
We didn't. I mean, unless like Willow could send a sending spell or something.
Yeah, I don't think we had a sending stone with Hyacinth. That's in my old notebook.
And we didn't have that many of those things. They were expensive. But
Yeah.
I don't think we did. I
I
think
need
it
to
was
figure
more
out where the
like,
one went.
We'll check in at the castle and we'll see what you've been up to type deal, or like we'll contact you in some way.
Yeah,
But
we
I
need
don't
to
think
find
we had it.
out what happened to the sending stone that I had for Mena too.
probably confiscated with all of her belongings. And
Right, which means that it's a sending stone that would be useful for us, so I'd like to get it.
that'll be an interesting conversation with the guards.
Yeah. I think that sending stone is unavailable at the moment.
Well, the king said to ask for whatever we need, and if I would like to have a sending stone so that I can send messages back.
Well,
it doesn't
Well,
need
Specifically
You
for the
have yours, so perhaps we could
Right.
just request
Yeah, I
that
gotta be too.
ours be given to the king, or Mina's be given to the king.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Unless he'd rather us have a scroll so we have more than 24 words.
it seems to me like we should inquire with the chancellor that we spoke to what the king would prefer for that. In the meantime, we need to look into a ship, and there are 2 spells that I think would be advantageous if I could find them.
If you could find them,
Find scrolls of the spell that I can.
we might be able to buy them locally. There are merchants.
Everything is sold in Highkeep, is my understanding.
Yes. Is everything not sold in?
Highkeep is a center of trade. Many things are sold.
Oh, I thought you meant perhaps that sometimes things are bartered for. You have a different system than gold.
Well,
I hadn't heard that before.
Many times things are bartered for, and everywhere.
Yes. Yes. I was taking you literally.
But
That's usually his thing.
if we charter a ship, perhaps Willow could use her druidic magic to make it sail faster. And then we can scry on Hali again to see where he is, and we can update the plan when we see where he is.
Yes. Well, shall we?
Should at least contact Hyacinth and see where the ship is. Perhaps it's closer to where we want to be than where we don't.
Should
But
we?
I guess out of character for a second, even if Hyacinth is anywhere, we'd have no ability to get to her ship unless she's in port right now. I'm not sure that helps us.
I mean, she doesn't have to be in port. She just needs to be near an island that has a tree.
Right, but
And the ability to
it's
tell
not
us
that.
where that island is.
It's not that exact. I don't think her spell. She can't pick any tree in the world and then just appear at it.
She has to have seen the tree, but she can also scry on an area.
So Hyacinth could go somewhere. She could scry on Hyacinth and see the tree and then take us there. And we'd be at a boat with a crew.
Sure, if it's at all anywhere, I guess.
I think that what Brian is specifically saying is that we're going through a lot of effort to find this one captain with this one ship we have this relationship with, where we're in this hub of trade.
There's 1,000 ships in harbor.
Yeah.
Also, the king seemed pretty insistent that we move it along. And we have that other Fae thing to take care of.
If you think that Kismet would ever choose a boat she doesn't know over a boat she does, you are mistaken.
All
right. Then
So feel free to push otherwise, but that's what makes the most sense to her.
Sure.
Well,
Or Alex like, well, unless you have a way to get a hold of this captain, I don't.
Doesn't someone have sending or message?
I do, but I don't know her.
I don't have it.
Perhaps you simply scry this.
I might have a picture of her.
Well,
It has to be a creature to which I'm familiar. It can't just be
Well.
someone I see a picture of.
if Willow sees this captain and they are at port and we see a tree next to this person, then we just show up and take the ship. Because we want the ship, and so we just take the ship.
I mean, we don't have to take it. We can just tell them, hey, we're here for our ship. They'll
But-
give it to us.
Orlak was saying that if you want something, you just take it. So,
That is true.
Or
I think there are some shades of grey to that statement that are perhaps missing. Like, if you take a certain thing, understanding what the consequences of that thing will be, if someone else doesn't wish you to take it.
that would be theft.
Hey, Alora,
Yeah.
are you thinking of the tree stride spell?
No.
Transport via
It's-
plants.
Oh,
Yeah.
transfer via plant. Oh, that's right.
Gesundheit.
Well, regardless,
Nice.
I think before we decide to go anywhere, we should first either all together or splitting up with the Draken, shopping for a bit for the items and scrolls we may need.
And your letter. You wanted to see her.
Yes, I need to go see Mena, and we need to go and get materials from the castle.
Mina's in the castle, so
Let's
perhaps
go there.
in the right
Perhaps we go there
direction.
first.
Great.
the castle to ask for what we need and permission for you to visit Mena.
And then
Yes.
shopping after.
Depending on what we're able to get from the king's supplies, we shop for the rest.
Let's do that then.
Sounds good.
How many times can you scry in a day?
I mean, I've already scried once this morning. I only have one more 5th level spell slot.
But you also have the Scrying Orb, which gives you a free one.
So I have 2.
Reminder!
Ding! Then to the castle. No, John, it's like this.
To the castle!
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand to talk. I'm sorry.
No, it's to the castle!
Oh boy.
So you're heading to the castle?
Yes.
To the castle!
Yes.
To the one.
All right, you head
Castle to the floor.
the inn where the halflings are there and they're like, oh, thanks for coming. Take some bacon for the road.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And send you on your way. And it looks at Kismet, who's just staring blankly at them and is like, oh, I guess she doesn't like bacon.
This is literally the only time that anyone has ever seen Kismet not take bacon.
I'll just take some extra for her. Been a long couple
Put it in
days.
her pocket.
Yeah, just this is shirt pocket, pant pocket, jacket pocket.
You head over to the Made Fate Bridge, and the guards there. It's tuppence to get across. 2 copper pieces, no problem. You go across the bridge, through the streets, and up to the palace, where you are admitted to like the waiting room, essentially at the front, and eventually Vilari, Master Vilari, the Lord Chamberlain.
Mari Vilari.
Mari Vilari.
And comes in. You have returned. What can I help you with?
We were instructed to ask for what we might need in order to complete our mission.
Yes, I am aware.
So a number of things. First of all, we are looking for some way
Snaps
to...
his fingers, and there's suddenly just a clerk there with pulls out a piece of paper and a quill, and it's like this wooden. It's almost like a school desk, but it's on a little neck strap, and he puts it down, puts the ink in there.
Right. We were hoping to have some method of continuing communication back to the king. We do not have anything. Whether that's a scroll that works both ways,
Book.
or a sending stone, or a book that works both ways, or a sending stone, or a tome. Thank you.
Speakers.
Whatever the
Cell phone?
speakers. Some might call them cell
Oops.
phones.
Pager.
Yes, that's right. The books are called pagers. So
Because they have so many pages in them.
yes.
Got some
so
sort
what
of
we're
messenger
really-
bird.
what
That
we're really
is,
hoping for,
that inspiration.
yes,
Magical messenger bird.
yeah, yes, a pager would probably be ideal. Very easy to pack.
Messenger bird.
Messenger bird.
Look, we don't need every single way that we could communicate.
I'm sure
He's
he
writing
knows.
it down.
What do they have?
Sort of.
See what they
So
have.
you could come back and perhaps tweet at us.
Yes, that is the goal.
I can do that.
No.
Thank you, Johnny.
Sounds like a trash fire. I don't know.
Thank you, John. I lobbed that up to see who was gonna hit it.
It took me a second to get to construct the joke. Go on.
So that's the first thing. We were what we found does entail us going to sea. What we've learned as we've begun our mission. So more so as a question of options. Wondering what services we might have available to us, and or
Our quarry is at sea.
right,
We need a boat,
pretty much.
a crew to sail it.
Yes. Any seasickness medication? Not required, just an option.
Oh my god.
Anything else we might need?
Rolls.
Scrolls. We are looking for scrolls of two spells.
Or like walks over to the scribe and just sort of like mutters, like so he can hear him, like, yeah, I need this spell and then this other spell. Yeah, write this down. Good.
You spelled it wrong.
I think he just starts spelling them out. It's just
Yes.
like gives them the letters in order. It doesn't even say what it is.
And finally, I was hoping we could visit our imprisoned compatriot. She's our friend. Our friend, who was in our keep.
The wizard Mena.
Sorcerer, but yes,
Sorcerer.
doesn't matter.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't matter.
But
it
okay.
doesn't matter. There's a difference. Vast difference.
Very well. Let me see what I can do. Some of these are very Tarologus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Grabs the piece of paper, and leaves you all there. It's nothing but pitchers of water.
Hey, John, I in the private chat, I sent you the names of those spells. In case you want to be like, it's not available, or whatever. But you have to look.
Wow, fresh out of that one. You're too late.
I mean, if they
Rifle.
even give you any, as an Imperial agent, are they going to give you anything?
I don't know. Doesn't hurt to ask. Plasma rifle, the 40-watt range.
Flux capacitor able to go up to 1.21 gigawatts.
Really hard to get a ship up to 88, though.
Yeah, they go
Oh.
about 3.
That's where Willow comes in.
What'd you need?
You're so strong.
Stop flexing.
Keep flexing.
Don't stop.
We need a bunch of those.
Don't stop.
Hey, it's in D&D Beyond, man.
It sure is, isn't it?
Oh wait, Ben. Now that we are paused just for a second, here is a goon in a hat.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
I thought when you were driving.
I also I brought our pictures to my little home here.
Yay!
It's like a nice little,
Aww.
yeah, it's a nice little keepsake.
Mine are on the
Oh, I
fridge.
don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see these? Did anybody else?
I
See
don't
them?
think
Oh, I
they
didn't
saw
put them
all
on
of
the
it.
group chat. I should have.
Yeah.
So there's one that's called Seducing Urgoon that actually you don't have.
Yeah, you don't.
I
have-
don't know. I think you shared that one though.
That one's in Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Also,
you,
just for everybody to remember Piranha Liza.
Oh,
no.
my god. Yes.
I don't remember.
I think
what that's
she ran
from.
at a golem and just like jumped.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
There was a golem. I remember that.
I remember that drawing. I just forgot about it. Good reminder.
Yeah, John.
Okay. Yeah. The about half hour passes, 45 minutes. somebody brings you like a plate of fruit at some point. And you're just left in this place. It's got chairs and stuff. And you get a little bored, but eventually Vilari, Marsilio Vilari, that's it, comes back and says, all right, I have what you asked for. Well, some of it anyway. Here is a book to help you stay in touch.
Oh,
this will
excellent.
go directly to me. I have the other one. He pulls his out. Says, you write in the book, you say the magic word. And does any of you know arcane words, castings?
yes.
I know.
Ah, yes, the
Oh,
Empyrean perhaps should take this. Very strange, but okay.
Or I could just teach them the magic word.
Certainly.
It's written in the front of the book. Yeah.
Well, and I do think that someone from High Keep, one of the musketeers, should be the one to be reporting.
Probably a good idea.
I
Does
can-
it technically
Perhaps
matter?
Willow?
Is Orlek the only one who can cast arcane spells?
Yeah.
Nature, Kismet.
Well, but I doubt this needs to be a spellcaster. It's probably just something that it's like, it's like a wand of magic missile. Anybody can use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just flavoring.
My arcana is pretty high.
Got that. Ship, we cannot spare a ship for you, I'm afraid. So sorry.
That's
But,
understandable.
Not knowing what will come of it, I'm afraid you're on your own. There are plenty of ships that can be hired, or perhaps, as I understand, you have your own ship.
Yeah, if we can find it.
The bad daughter? The good daughter.
A good daughter.
Good
It's the
daughter.
bad son, now it's the bad daughter. The good daughter.
Good
Whatever.
daughter.
Your ship is called the Good Daughter.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's an odd name for a ship. Anyway, go on.
Okay, Orlak.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
Um,
punchy today.
Hands over a laser rifle. We only had one of these, I'm sorry.
That's the one I
Right.
really wanted.
Hang on.
Oh,
Keep going.
and
Hold for props.
says, I did not have the scrolls that you wanted, but I reached out to Master Master Quill. Forgot what I named him.
I think Quill sounds correct.
I think it's Quill.
Yeah, Quill
Um,
sounds familiar.
And he will be dropping by. He is he'll be bringing them with him.
Orlek's ready.
Please.
I call her Vera.
So your next character is going to be an artificer.
I understand that reference, by the way, John. I appreciate your reference.
Mhm. What else did you guys ask for?
Rolls.
To be able to the scrolls and to see
I
Mena.
just talked about the scrolls.
Did I miss it? We didn't
He
get
he
it.
says, I did not have access to the scrolls, but Master Quill, headmaster of Oxbury Institute of the Arcane, I reached out to him, and he is transcribing some for you. So if you don't mind waiting a little while, he can bring them over. Or you could go over to Boxbury yourself.
Excellent. Telepathically to Orlek or to Ergun. That's much more than I thought we were going to get.
I don't know if we asked for anything else.
Mena.
Yeah,
Mena.
Yeah, we asked to see Mena.
Can let one of you in to see her.
I'll go.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
well.
sure. I mean, should Orlak go?
Oh,
No.
No, Liza, you should go.
I should.
I don't even know her.
Probably, yeah. Well, you met her the one time. You know,
Eliza.
it should be me. No, you're right. That makes no sense. I'll go to prison.
Oh god.
It's like my mom trying to get me to invite my great aunt, who I had met twice when I was a child, to my wedding. I'm like, no.
Seriously.
It costs money.
I'll go to prison. The prison.
Um,
Visit prison to visit
Visit.
Mena.
Visit
No, she's not in the prison. She's in the tower.
That's worse.
Is it worse?
In Imperia would be worse.
What does it mean if she's in the tower? We would know that reference.
Yeah, you would know kind of the difference between the tower and the prison. The prison is a dungeon, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the city, it's dark and dank and fucking terrible. The tower is where like political prisoners and
It's a nice prison.
it's
the
a nice
nice-
prison. You're up high. You've got great views. You get food, and
Okay.
you are able to bathe. And
Blue collar prison.
Blue
White
collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's white collar prison.
Rapunzel treatment.
Rapunzel treatment.
yes,
Yeah.
it is the Rapunzel treatment.
Okay.
And he says, if
Yeah.
you care, I can show you to her right now. I don't think she has
Great.
much going on, so she should be
Yep.
free.
Oh, do you happen to know what happened to the sending stone that was with her? It would have been with her materials. I understand you'll need to keep it. It's just I have the other one, and that might be a useful.
I did not have anything to do with her incarceration, but
Okay.
if you wish, I could take a look around for it. We may be able to retrieve it for you if you need to, if it is essential to your operation.
It will be excellent
would
to have a clandestine means of communication within our group, since we have this lovely book here. This page.
Very well. And he turns to one
This
of the
pager.
to one of the clerks with him, and he goes like that to him, and the guy just runs off.
Let's go.
He says, "All right, please follow me." And he leaves.
As we walk off, are we going? Are they leaving us here?
Yeah. They're taking-
As they walk
taking-
away, or like looks over at Kismet and goes, "Well, you do have the magical earrings that provide like, magical communication and sending spells." And I
That's
guess-
only within 100 feet of each other.
how often are we not only within 100 feet of each other?
I don't know, but it might be useful to have the other sending stone.
I knew I should have asked for a cloak of the Archmagi. And then we cut away.
Lots of stairs, Eliza.
Oh,
Fucking not again.
stairs.
Your legs are still sore from the,
tried finding a
sore from
dragon?
the previous stairs. Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to explain, but long story short, there were the magical prison, lots of
Uh-huh.
stairs, 3
Yep.
times.
All right. Very interesting.
The Inquisitors were there.
Oh, great. You've had many adventures.
So how's your partner?
I care not to talk about this.
Okay, me too.
Dead these last 14 years.
And you kind of wind up, and you can see that there are, arrow slits, essentially, not real windows. As you're getting higher and higher, and you can see out and see the gulls and the view. And eventually it brings you up to a reinforced wooden door. And he wipes his hand over it. And as he does, the door kind of like glows underneath his hand, and you hear this of the door unlocking. He opens it up, and you look inside, and you can see Mena, and she's got her hair all like kind of back, and she's not dirty. She's in kind of a fresh dress, but it's not her normal clothes. And she kind of looks up and is like, and actually she has this look of like anger on her face, and she's and she gets up.
How
and
do
she
you
runs
manage to look so good even while in prison?
And she holds on
This
to
is
you.
unreasonable.
Prestidigitation.
Oh, you even smell like a meadow. And I kiss her.
She kisses you back, and you hear, "Okay," and the door shuts behind you.
How long have they kept you here?
Well, it's probably been about a week or so.
Oh, I thought it would be longer.
Hard to keep track sometimes.
We had to go on trial with the king.
It's almost as
and-
if every time we meet, there's a week in between. Sometimes many more.
Quiet, you. Stop looking behind the curtain.
We're going to get you out of here, but I have to go find Hali first, and then they will release you. They said they're going to hold you until then.
Very well. What news have you? What did the king say? Tell me everything.
Well, we stood trial. He was very upset with us. Did you know we were supposed to be telling him everything we did?
Yes,
I had
contacted
no
you
idea.
many times, trying to ask you what I should tell them, and you didn't get back to me.
My bad. One moment, and I kiss her.
bad.
Well, we are going to. We scryed on Hali this morning. Seems to be on a ship, heading towards the Dead Isles, and we are going to follow him and try to bring the skull back so it can be destroyed, because that's what we have to
Dead
do.
Isles, why would he go there?
I have no idea. Unless his patron told him to go out there, but it doesn't seem like there's much out there for anything. What are you
Very
thinking?
interesting. Tell me exactly what you saw.
Well, what Willow told us is that he was on a ship
Mm.
with the Two-Face guy. I told you about him. We encountered him with Celine, and then again in with Celine. Anyway, he was on a ship. It was raining. They were only using one sail because they were looking out for reefs. And she said that Two-Face approached him and said, "Are we almost there yet?" And he said, "We'll know when we're there." As if there was some sort of feeling. They were heading towards the Isle. Two-Face. Nope, it's Two-Face. Eliza
Sorry.
is not someone you should always listen to.
Oh my god, we're fighting Batman villains.
Why would he bring the skull to the Dead Isles, though? Is there perhaps
That's a really good question.
Rubens there?
Rubens?
Well, I have the best Rubens. No, ruins. Is there
Ruins.
some sort of creature there? Like we did learn
Do it.
that the only thing that can actually destroy it is a being of great power.
It's a very good point. Can I do a history check of some sort to see if I would know of ruins in that area?
Sure.
Oh, and of course, my dice are missing, so I'm going to have to rely on.
Here, you
the
can use
other-
mine. Oh.
Okay. Thanks.
Note for you, John.
I'm going to use the online dice roller. So, one moment, please. What was that? Roll 20. Tell me. 15.
15. Yeah, there's enough talk about the Dead Isles
Mhm.
in High Keep that you would know that there was some ancient Diomedian stuff.
Mm.
And the bridge.
And the bridge and the what is it called? The Dead Run, which is actually an ancient highway that goes through them all.
I was gonna ask if that was like an old land route.
Well, it was when there was land.
Right.
It wasn't always islands until the islands are more recent. Well, geologically speaking. When they blew up the Diomedians, it blew up that whole peninsula into islands.
Yeah. So Eliza would mention all of that. I wonder if he's heading towards those. You are brilliant. Beautiful and brilliant and wily and intuitive. All of the time.
Well, thank you, darling. I mean, I'd say you are too, but it just sounds like ditto, and it just seems like not enough.
Well, I have good aim. That's about it.
You are brilliant, and you'll figure this out.
I'm going to get you out of here. I am. I told Allard when he left
Just
that...
finish what you need to do with Halibaster.
Yes.
I wish I could be there to help you.
Oh, I wish that would be so wonderful. Can you imagine adventuring together?
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I've dreamt of it many times.
Why didn't we ever bring you along?
I'm not sure.
You know what it would be? It would mess up the dynamic.
I mean,
You are automatically in charge of every room that you go into, and it would not work for you and Kismet to be in charge in the same place. Or Allard. Oh, dear God.
I could see that.
Yes, I'm always been attracted to very strong women.
Well, me too.
Flexes a little.
Oh.
She just like grabs you by your vest and just
Oh.
like
Woo!
plants one on you.
Well,
And then kind of puts like forehead to forehead and just says,
Missed you so much.
I've missed you too.
This is better than a regular prison, but it is
Still a prison.
still a prison.
I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to rescue you. And I don't know if my missions will be done or what will happen next. But I'm gonna come home, and at some point we will rest or we will adventure together. But after this, I don't want to leave you anymore.
Would be all for that.
she
Do you
Leans
have...
forward and tenderly kisses you again.
Mm.
Maybe we could alternate. A little bit of rest, a little bit of adventure. I have a feeling that neither of us will be perfectly happy with a nice place out on a farm with
Oh no, I am taking my
animals.
father's property.
Oh, are you?
He's going to have to die someday, and then I will be very rich, and also a
Yes.
lady.
It's true. But Liza, don't get revenge too far in your head. He will die in his own time.
Oh, I should mention, this is a death sword. It's tied to my soul. We're working on
Oh.
it.
Any leads?
Well, the goddess, whose name is escaping me, damn it. What's her name?
Adalia.
Sorry. Adalia. Adalia keeps appearing to me and promising to remove it, so I think that might be my only hope.
So you have to find Adalia in Palais.
What, like it's hard?
On the list, I suppose. Anyway, get me out of here. Go
I will get you out of here.
find that bastard and bring the skull back.
I will do
Do
that.
what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Be here when you return.
Okay. And every once in a while, look out that window towards the sea, which is the direction we're going, and send me a well wish. I wish I could leave a sending stone with you, but prison.
Magic doesn't work in here.
Oh. Then how are you doing prestidigitation?
I'm not. It was a ruse.
Oh.
I didn't want you to worry about me.
Ugh. Okay. I think I need to leave. Goodbye.
All right, darling.
I will be back very soon.
Promise.
Promise.
And she kisses you one more time.
Oh, don't do that. We can't. We're not in here.
Well, how long did he give you? Is there really any reason we can't?
Are they not watching?
No, they closed the door on you.
Yeah. They locked us both in here.
Cuts back down to the lobby where
Fireplace.
They roll in front of the fireplace and we pan to another fireplace.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like Ergun just has like bellows where he's just like.
Meanwhile, in the tower,
Ooh,
I'm getting very warm.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so is Mena.
She smells like a meadow. What am I supposed to do?
That's one of the cutest things I've ever heard, by the way. You smell like a meadow. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Saving for later.
Yeah. It is 10 o'clock.
Yes, that is true.
How are you feeling?
I need to get some
I'd
people to
probably
bed.
go very soon if there's any sort of like little wrap up thing, or if you guys want to continue without me and do another thing, that's fine too.
you could probably continue and just deal with the whole like shopping and finding boat and leaving thing.
Yeah,
That way,
Let's do all that stuff.
because I don't know that we'll talk about when we play again, but long story short, I might have gotten a semi-paid for trip to Hawaii
Oh my.
Nice.
the week after I get back from Minnesota, and so I would not be available to play again until the 17th of May.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
LJ, I also
Yeah.
try to put a little bookmark in there for when you leave, so that you can go and like just catch up on the end stuff if you need to.
Thank you.
I didn't do it on this last one because I was like so busy.
You did it so
But
fast.
also there
I was
was,
like,
like-
oh, holy shit, he already has it up. Fuck.
And
Yeah.
there was like 5 minutes or something of us talking about alignment after.
Yeah.
That was all there was.
I will say one last thing for Kismet is throughout the day and whatever activities they have before they leave, she keeps pulling the same piece of paper out of her pocket and looking at it and putting it away and taking it out and looking at it and putting it away. And it's the letter she got from Palexia, which is the druid who has gifts from Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not sure if I shared with you guys what it said, but just for fun, so you know, even though your characters don't know, it said, Kismet, too long Calixtus child, have ye denied thy race? Ye did ape the street rats, then the manners of the captain. It be time to embrace that which ye have left in the shadow. Grandmother.
Ooh.
Well.
Well.
And grandmother is Baba Yaga.
Yes.
Who, for all I know, could be my grandmother.
Oh boy, you better hope not. She is not good to her kids.
Oh god, my family's so fucked up. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. All right, I leave you all. I love you so much. Enjoy shopping.
Thanks.
Hey, not to worry, guys. We have a Qual Feather token boat. We can have a swan boat for like 24 hours. Probably like a paddle boat.
Well,
I
as the rest of
also-
you
Go ahead.
are waiting for Eliza to return, you see a couple of people who are dressed similarly to oh my god,
Marie?
Totally blanking on her name. What?
Marie.
Yes, dressed similar to Marie, come inside and like walk in the door and kind of flank the door, and then this tall, white bearded, bald headed, but his head kind of goes to a point, and you can see that his fingers come to like claws. And if you look really closely, underneath his giant mustache are 2 little tusks that come out, even though his skin is of a Caucasian persuasion. He is of half orc blood. This is Master Quill.
Orlac quickly looks at everyone else and to make sure no one has green eyes, because Lopan might want them. Hey, John got that reference.
I got it. Yeah. And the rest of you need to watch Big Trouble in Little China about 50,000 times. So,
got a good feeling about this.
Used to do this all the time in high school. I still do it every now and then.
It's in the bag.
He comes in and he says,
I understand that you are in need of some scrolls.
Yes, I am Orlac Bebenwald, the gatekeepers. This is my second Ergun.
And he kind of gives you a little bow.
I give him a respectful bow.
He says, it is a pleasure to meet you. They did not tell me I would be coming face to face with not one but 2 Draken. It is a pleasure, gentlemen, and welcome to our city.
Reputation precede you. We have heard of your exploits in Imperia.
Thank you. I am but a humble teacher. And I have these for you.
I peruse them quickly to make sure they're things I need.
They're exquisite.
Yes, thank you. These will be very helpful in our current assignment.
Is there anything else that I can do for you before I take my leave? I would also request... I'm sorry, good sir. I have not yet learned your name.
No, mine?
Yes.
No, because I see. Yeah, no, I'm Orlac.
Oh no, wait. You did say it. You did say it.
It's Orlac. Yes.
Yes.
Master Brenwald. I would request, upon your return, and I assume you will return, come visit me and be my guest in Foxferry.
I'd be honored
to chat with you about the things that you have seen and learned. Perhaps have you speak to some of my star students.
It would be my honor. Perhaps there is one thing.
Honor is all mine.
Perhaps there is one thing that you might look into for us. And I said, our companion, who is visiting someone at the moment, has come into possession of a soul-eating sword of extraplanar origin. And I don't know if it has a name in country, John, but it might like have some, whatever the name is, like it's known in Imperia as Black Wand, and elsewhere it's known as, I list some names. We need to untangle it from her soul and banish it without killing her, a task which has proven quite difficult. But with your store of knowledge, perhaps you might know of a way that we have overlooked.
Interesting. Is this perhaps the fated Black Razor?
Yes. Afraid it is. We were able to bind it for a time, but those bindings have come undone recently.
That I will never do. Perhaps I will convene with Avery. See what we can both come up with. Perhaps some of my students as well. But I will look into it while you are away, and perhaps when you return, we can sever the binding.
That would be most appreciative. I thank you.
The pleasure is all mine. Anything else that I can do for you besides these trinkets?
I don't believe so. I think we have what we need to succeed at the moment. Except for that bag of chips.
Not that bag of chips. Damn it. They're still in her hand. I tried to summon them.
Specto chips.
Counter summon.
Accio chips.
No.
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 Done.
I thank you for your aid, Master Wizard. Bow my head again.
He bows you and says, "It is a worthy cause that you are after. I can't wait to hear the stories.
You shall return and tell them to you.
Thank you, lady, sir."
He says to Ergoon. And he kind of like says, "My lady, sir," and then looks back at Willow and says, "Ah," and just turns around and walks out.
Once you have the mark of the Draken, it's easy to see.
Never go bacon? No.
It's easy to see. Can't be faking.
Door opens and Eliza shows up. Yep.
So
I'm out of this one.
it's my understanding, friends, that good. And then I see Leslie.
Hair's a little messed up, cheeks a little red.
I look at Ergoon and go, like that.
She is doing well as can be expected in the present circumstances. But we need to complete our mission.
Draconic eyebrow.
Looks like you already completed some kind of mission.
Do not look at me.
Don't look at me!
You have several feathers in your hair.
How?
Not really. Just testing.
I'm glad you got to see her.
All of her, apparently.
She had a very interesting point about when I told her about Hali.
Yes.
Yeah.
That he seems, why would he be heading that way? Perhaps he was looking for ruins. And then I remembered, and I tell them everything we discussed. So I wonder if he is going to have the skull destroyed by someone or something from those ruins, or the bridge.
You're assuming that that's still his intention. We don't know his intentions.
If we were to guess at his intentions, with knowledge of what his intentions were when we last saw him, those would be his intentions. Kismet agrees with me.
It's not a high bar.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Wait, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Did this Halibaster say that he wanted to destroy the skull?
He said he wanted to bring it to his god to have it, because they wanted it destroyed because it couldn't fall into the hands of anyone.
Were those two statements together when he said them, or were they separate?
He didn't really say much.
So
I may be the only one he talked to about it, and I'm trying
You're
to
saying
remember.
you don't actually know his intentions.
His intentions were good, and good intentions would be to destroy the skull.
Eliza,
And he does seem to be heading in that direction.
Eliza, good and evil are often a matter of perception. What you view as good may not be what he views as good.
Well, his intentions seem to be my type of good.
But you don't know what they are. All you know is he wants to bring it to his patron.
Or
Regardless,
that you wanted to keep it out of the hands of your king.
Yes. Out of the hands of men, and of demons, and of anyone who would use it for evil.
Putting something like that in the hands of an extraplanar being is not my kind of good.
Oh, shit.
I would.
Sorry, I just realized I left my mother at the inn and didn't tell her where we were going.
There you go, John. I texted him. I sent him a message like an hour and a half ago. I'm like, let's see if Tiffany remembers about Eliza's mom.
Sorry, Mom.
No, that's a totally Eliza thing. She doesn't need anything else from God.
And then just Eliza says that, and then just hard cut to like a wide angle lens in the corner of this thing and just one woman sitting alone at a table or standing there going, hello? Hello?
I need someone to ask me one more question. Ask me one more question.
That
Hello.
was like the most D&D thing I've ever seen on screen.
That whole sequence.
Yes.
I've
Oh
been
my
in that
God.
game.
Yeah, that was definitely 5 questions.
Yeah.
In any event.
Regardless, it does seem like he would be heading in that direction. Just based on where Willow saw him.
We know, yes, he
What is out
heading
there?
to the Dead Isles, but we don't know why and for what reason.
I just find it strange that he would leave you to begin with. If he trusted you, why would he leave?
He left because of Allard. He didn't trust Allard. He left because he believed he was saving the world, which, if we're all honest with ourselves, he was.
There seems to be some debate about that, but I wasn't there.
No, there is some debate.
Well, that, and he believed in what his patron told him.
He's not.
Again, extraplanar beings can't be trusted.
And has thusly jeopardized your lives as well with your king.
And the world.
Yes. And now we will go and we will find him.
And correct
And
the mistake.
speaking of which, we need a boat.
And kill him.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for the reminder.
We prefer not to kill him.
Sure. I think Orlak and Ergoon sort of look at each other like, and there's like a look of like, oh yeah, we're definitely killing him. As on the way, there you have I was talking to Kismet and Willow. There are a number of items in your extra-dimensional hole
Yeah.
that,
We just kind of shove things in there and
yes, some of them are quite
Forget
potent,
about them.
but considering that I doubt you'll have a use for the robe of flaying anytime soon, perhaps that is something that we could trade for more useful items
Does look cool.
it's pretty
until
cool.
you put it on and it kills you. Yes.
Wait,
Maybe Eliza's saving it for her dad. I don't know.
So, just as a slight out of character review in here, here's the current lineup of shit that we have.
God.
We have a tattoo of absorbing of lightning damage. We have sending earrings. We have gate stones. We have a magic quill and paper that connect to assassins, so probably can't use that. A ring of recall to Imperia. A studded leather armor of acid resistance.
Wait. Sorry, we have the ones were those Celine's assassins?
No, those were the assassins that attacked us right before Allard told you he was a spy.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
Way back then.
Yep.
Various potions, a scroll of comprehend languages, ring of mind shielding. We have a necklace of prayer beads that Willow should probably use a lot. We have the duplicitous manuscript. We have 4 quell feather tokens, anchor, swan, boat, and tree. We have a Heward's handy haversack. I don't know where the fuck that is because it can't put it in an extra dimensional space, so someone must be carrying it. We have a +2 Hellfire longsword. We have demonic plate armor. We have an arcane coffer. We have the robe of flaying. We have 3 magical books. The Manual of Flesh Golems, the Librum of Souls and Flesh, and the Manual of Bodily Health that Eliza wanted to read. We have the Ring of Water Walking. We have the Ring of the Ram. We have a folding boat. We have Galder's bubble pipe. We have a Horn of Blasting. We have the Knave's eye patch, a wind fan. And then we have more scrolls.
We have a folding boat.
Yeah, it's like a rowboat. Don't get too excited.
Are we out of diamonds? Are we out of diamonds of at least 300?
No. We have 2
We have 2 diamonds of 50 GP.
and there's also a where is that? Well, we have 1 diamond worth 500 gold left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We might want to get 1 more of those.
Yeah, just in case if Willow dies again.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so the folding boat becomes a ship that's 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep.
For how long?
Indefinitely.
We have a boat.
Yeah, but it's
small.
yeah,
not a
it's like
ship.
it's like a small. It's like a
Like a
It's like the
yeah.
boat for comedic relief when your other real ship blows up. It's like
So
you're
it-
just stranded in the ocean.
We
and
have
all
a,
just, like,
we have a
too
backup
crowded.
boat.
it can hold 15 people. the
Okay.
boat.
Oh, okay.
But
So
there's
we
no
have a
like
backup.
below deck. It's like, oh, we have to get across this lake. Or
Yep. Oh gosh.
oh, it doesn't even have that. Doesn't even have that back part.
Yeah. That's just
Here, I think this is.
somebody posted a picture of folding boat. It's kind of like the boat in
There you go.
Princess Bride.
It looks like that.
Okay. Okay. So that is more like if we get there, the ship can't go any further, and we need to still navigate further into the Isles and
Yeah.
not hit reefs.
I mean,
You
there's
have to go
it's
down
like-
a small creek.
yeah.
Yeah. So my thought here, out of character, is we could probably trade some of the things like the demonic plate armor and the Hellfire longsword that we don't use.
Yep.
And since magic item trading is a thing,
And
And-
all of the dragon stuff.
and that's in Kismet's bag of colding, I guess.
Oh right. Yep.
So John, would we have to sell that ship first, and then, or can we trade it for like rarity or something, or one rarity down or something? I don't know how the fuck it would work.
Between the group of you could probably figure out how to trade it for.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my one beef with 5e is that they took the magic item price out, so now it's like I don't know how the fuck to get rid of this shit.
I know we talked about that PDF somebody put up of like realistic
Yeah, item prices.
item prices. But each one of those is also suspect.
Yeah, well, some of them are better than others, but it's but like
Yeah.
the price of magic items is a range, and it's like, and it's some crazy ass oh, it's either 500 to it's like 50 to 500 gold pieces for
Yeah,
this
it's
range.
like 50, 500, 5,000,
yeah, and you're like,
25,000.
Yeah.
Okay, none of this makes any sense.
right.
That a healing potion, a really good healing potion costs 25,000 gold.
Right.
Ridiculous.
We have 2 of those, so it's like, oh well, we could just stop adventuring now.
Yeah.
So here's the point.
Gonna buy a nice place in the Midlands and retire.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody needs something, maybe we could like a potent magic item of some sort. We
Yeah.
could probably trade some of this shit for it.
Yeah, if there's a place that you can find a magic item trader, it's this city.
Yeah, well, it's either here or Mornhaven. Though Mornhaven was a little bit rough and tumble when we left.
I'm having to look up what some of these things are.
Well, I know them all. If you just want to ask, I'll just tell you.
I mean, nah.
I think Ergun already has all of his attunements set up, so I don't think he can take anything more.
Right, but there could be potions that could help, or there's also items that you don't need to attune to, like a wand of magic missile. Anyone can use it,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird, but it's true.
You just go magic missile, and
Toilet paper roll.
Yeah, I also have a lot of hats that we can trade with.
See?
they're very nice hats.
Or perhaps we should go by the Salvation Army and I can donate them. Robin's Hood,
Ah,
where they take things from the wealthy and give them to the poor.
mm-hmm.
The Robin's Hood.
The donation place.
The donation
That
place.
is now the name of it.
The
We
Robin's
also,
Hood.
in the in-person game, we decided that there is a catch-all place called Barrel-O, so you can get Barrel-O gunpowder or a Barrel-O.
Oh, nice.
And it's run by a dwarf family called the Barrel-Os, or actually they're Borellos, but everyone just calls it Barrel-O.
It's just easier that way.
So, like, for example, the manual of golems and the manual of flesh or whatever, like, none of us really want that at all. Unless someone
Nope.
wants to make a golem or zombies.
I mean, if I prepare something, I can make a golem type thing.
No, but this
Why
is
was
like
it-
actually make a golem.
Oh.
they're hugely rare items. I mean, like the Manual of Golem is a very rare magic item, so it's pricey. But like perhaps we could trade it for like something. If anybody has anything like, look, it also, we're getting toward the end of the campaign. If you have a pie in the sky thing you think you might want, now's the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in that regard, like, are we targeting like a specific time to finish this campaign? Like, are we thinking like end of year, or what are we thinking?
Well,
I don't like to put like borders on it, man.
This campaign really brings all the room together.
That's true.
I mean, with the thought sort of was that we'd figure out a time where everybody can get together and do the like Air D&D thing, and that would be the end moment of the campaign. I assumed that was going to be before the end of the year. Probably sometime during the summer, because that seems like the time we're going to do shit. But that's whether or not. That's a whole other discussion about like where are we going to go and how can people afford to get to the place that we want to go and all that other lovely stuff.
Yeah. Tim, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So,
anybody need a thing? Like better armor?
I hadn't thought of it, and I almost need to do some research to find out because it was not on my thought list.
What are you wearing right now?
I am wearing. Well, my armor class is 18, which is not terrible. I don't know how much better it can get. I've got studded leather
you can
armor.
Go above 20.
Oh.
Yeah, I sure can't.
So I could get better armor.
I mean, you're wearing studded leather armor +2, so that's pretty good.
that's actually pretty good, yeah.
That's actually pretty good. I'm actually looking to see if, as much as I love my bow, if there might be a way to help me fight a little better.
Well, you could probably pick up another melee weapon besides,
Right.
Help you
That
fight
sword.
a little better. So something bigger than +13?
Right. No, I'm thinking more like deals more damage.
Deals more damage than the 8 bazillion points of damage you do. So you have a +8 and you're shooting twice, or if you use your bow, you're shooting like 8 times.
I also like I'm actually leaning towards Eliza saying she wants something like winged boots or something that helps her like
Move.
get a better perch so she can float or fly a little. But we'll see.
You'd have to get an attunement slot open for that, though.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
No, I
like
wanna
surf
get
on a magic carpet.
Yeah. I need to get some materials for some spells. It would be nice to get the diamonds for revivifying. I have a spell called Plane Shift that I need a forked metal rod for.
Why do you want plane shift?
Well, there's this patron.
Oh, good. We're going to attack it on a different plane. That'll go.
Well, I don't know.
We also need to
phase
go. We also need to go and rescue Kismet's friends.
Yes, that too. It's only 250 gold pieces. I can afford it. Obviously, I'm the only one that can use it, so I will get it.
I mean, we have money.
Mm-hmm. Because Allard usually spent his money on stuff, I also have a bit of money. Because I just never spent it.
I don't know if Ergun has money.
He's walking money, look at him. Also because he's
Still
gold.
money and you don't even know it.
It's true.
Hey, Willow.
Yeah.
Dragon scale armor is not metal.
Yeah.
And your deck sucks. So and technically speaking, druids can wear up to like pretty bulky armor as long as it's not metal. Can't they?
Yeah, I can do up to medium armor and shields.
We should get you. We also have dragon scales. Wasn't the original intention of having the dragon scales to get them turned into armor for you?
Yes, I believe that was.
We wouldn't have enough time to wait for it, but we might be able to trade for it. For an existing armor.
Wouldn't hurt to ask.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Perhaps Eragoon gives a scale.
One scale.
Just right above her heart.
Scale.
Just right above her heart.
We create all these scales, but just like the one Aragoon scale. Like
Mhm.
all blue, but
I mean, we could pick up some more healing potions or a healing wand for that way people don't have to. Willow doesn't have to burn her spell slots to do healing. For
Mhm.
example,
Mm-hmm.
you know, why don't we do all this out of game?
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
let's do with the boat thing. Like, so we go
Yeah.
shopping,
Yeah.
and then John, we can figure that out later.
We'll
Yeah.
message you. Yeah.
All right. What are you gonna do about a boat?
Head to the dock, I guess.
All right.
Excuse me.
I will say while we're
me.
talking about it, because Eliza had said she wanted the manual of bodily health
Mhm.
to start reading that. So she's gonna take that and put it in her pack.
Write it down.
Yeah, I'll take
Got
it out
it.
of article.
Got it.
You just need 48 hours. So, like, when we're on the boat, you need to
When
like
we're
go
on the boat, I'm gonna
and,
read
like,
it. Yeah.
and like not be there anymore. Like, not be around for like 2 days.
Or just read it. Make sure I'm reading a couple hours every night. Yeah.
No, you have to read it straight through for 24 hours for
No,
48
you
hours.
don't. You have
No,
to read
you
it
don't. You have to
over
read
6
it-
days.
Over 6 days. 48 hours over 6 days.
Oh, okay.
Which you could theoretically do while you're on the ship.
Willow, you could get half plate, dragon scale half plate armor.
Eragoon has half plate, but not dragon skill.
Well, I'll get the dragon scale then. Then we won't match, and it'll be fine.
It's fine.
I
Yeah,
love
fine.
the idea though of you having that whole half plate, but just one Aragoon scale.
That one little gold scale.
Mhm.
Is it
It has
offensive
to
to
happen
drink?
after. It has to happen after this. The armor has been like thoroughly damaged or whatever like that, and then it's like it's like the whole Japanese thing where it's being repaired with gold kind of thing.
It's Kuroi. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm writing it down.
Mhm.
All right. Well, you head to the docks.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Ship with the crew?
Fast looking ship.
Yeah.
Or like doesn't know anything about ships, so
That ship. Commandeering that ship.
hiring Ergoon, not commandeer. It's pay them money.
Money.
Easier way. I go up to like, is there anybody that looks like important around?
Yeah, so you come down to the docks, and the whole place, there's like this large hill that comes down, and then it kind of flattens out and spreads out, and it's, just a few feet above sea level, so that when the water comes in, it kind of crashes, even though there aren't big waves here, obviously. There's little shore breaks and stuff. And you can see the entire place this morning is popping. Like, people are setting sail. You can see that there's a bunch of ships looking to come into port, and a lot of people who are trying to leave. And there's one, there's actually a group of guys, one of whom looks more important than the rest, who are kind of overseeing the people who are coming and going. They're like, "Come on, you got to get out of here. We've got other boats lined up in the bay. You have to go. Come on, hurry up, hurry up." And so like the dockmaster
I will like wade my way through people over to this prison.
You there's a bit of a commotion as you do so, and he kind of turns around and is like, "Oh, sweet Jesus!" or "Sweet Aegon."
And Orlac looks at the others and goes, "Watch, he's a very good negotiator."
I require a ship.
Okay. He pulls out like this book that's kind of around this baldric on him. He pulls it out and he says, "What kind of ship do you need? What do you need it for?" Big guy.
A fast one to take us to the Dead Isles.
Oh, so crazy people. Okay. Crazy people on a fast ship.
Are you calling me crazy, sir?
I'm
The
calling
man
the
who was
people
about
who
to
would
give-
sail there crazy, not you in particular. No, never.
No, never.
He's kind of looking through and says, "Well, make a persuasion roll."
I exist. I have speed. Where did I put my D20? What the fuck? Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, wait, no, I can't do it because she's not here. Or because they're not here. I got a whole bunch of really cool, like, scaled dice from LJ. But I can't do the first roll with for Airgoon without them being here. So I'm gonna
LJ
say-
got me these too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Oh.
All right. Persuasion. 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 19. I have a +1 to persuasion.
Yes. Well, there is the the shark bait. They are a fast ship known for running things sometimes that need to make it through the Dead Isles. They have a one of those newfangled ships with the it doesn't have the big hull that goes under the water. It's a shallow hull. Let's see. They are very fast and not too concerned with a lot of things because they are so quick. Let's see. There is the Steadfast. Not quite as fast as the other one, but has more guns in case you might need those. Their captain is known for being a bit of a crazy person. That's the only two I think I have that might be willing to go to the Dead Isles.
Where is this new ship? This fanged ship.
Let's see. They are moored. Down at the end down there. They're not even at the dock right now. They are moored, but I do know that the captain likes to stay at the Penitent Peasant. It is an inn at the south side of the lower city.
We're just waiting for our goon to come in.
Very well. Thank you for this information. I leave.
You are welcome.
Hey, Alora, how about that? So you come back, Ben.
I do. There is a fast ship that is new technology. A fanged ship. It is not deep but shallow. It goes fast. They are confident in their ability to avoid entanglements.
Sail casual.
The captain is at the penitent peasant.
Let us go
The
find
inn nearby. Very well. I would, but I don't know where the penitent peasant is.
I sort of grab a nearby. I look over and like the first, like I go stand in front of somebody, and when they look at me, I go, "Where is the penitent peasant tavern?"
Oh God! Please don't kill me.
I know where it is. I'll just guide us.
I look at the crying guy. Never mind. And I follow Will.
I am so sorry.
Could have just told me where it was. Would have been fine.
Let's walk.
All right, you head to the south side of the city, into it's a shady part of town, but not the shadiest part of town. But you can see that there's a lot of sailors who hang out here, and the penitent peasant, which has a big wooden sign that has they said a peasant on it, like kneeling, and you can see that there's a couple of people. There's like a little porch area out in front, and there's a guy with a mandolin and another guy with a little squeeze box, and they're playing some tunes, and there's a bunch of guys gathered around, and they're all kind of singing sailor songs. There's another guy at the far end who's just puking off the porch, and you get the impression that because it's still actually like 10 o'clock in the morning, that most of the people around here have just been going all night.
Lovely.
Yeah, and you can hear
I will go up to
hubbub
the.
coming from inside.
I will go inside and I will speak loudly. I am searching for the captain of the fanged ship. I forget the name. What was the name before?
The first
name that you had.
It was the shark bait, wasn't it?
The first
It
one.
was the shark bait.
Shark bait.
Yeah.
I am looking for the captain of shark bait.
Yep.
Ooh, ha, ha.
And why would you be asking for the captain of the shark bait?
I wish to give him money to take myself and my compatriots to the Dead Isles.
Oh, really? The Dead Isles?
And you see this like great bearded man kind of lean forward past the other sailors there, who have now like kind of like made a little hole for him. He's sitting at a table. There's a bunch of other guys sitting at a table too. He kind of like gives you this look over. Says, all right. He wheels his chair over to you. You can see now that he's a dwarf in a wheelchair.
I like the looks of you lot. You look like dangerous customers. And what do you want in the Dead Isles then?
We seek some prey.
If I'm going to be taking you, I need a little more details than just that.
And then Eliza will say, in Dwarven, we're on a mission from the king, searching for something of great value.
King doesn't concern me as much as coin does. And of what our query is, I want to know if I'm getting people.
And he's saying this to you in Dwarven.
I want to know if I'm getting my crew into certain death.
There's always danger on the sea, but certain death is certainly not what we look for, and we can pay.
Great. But you're dodging the question, dearie. What are we looking for?
A gentleman of the name Halibaster Wynn.
He's just walking on the sea.
He's on a ship.
All right, now we're talking.
Other potentially pirates, but potentially just other dangerous fellows such as yourself.
All right. How many guns on their ship?
Willow, how many guns on their ship?
I don't know.
We don't know.
So I step forward and go, we will determine that by magic.
Oh, fancy.
Indeed.
Sure.
You can trust this fellow. And I point to Ergun. He's as honest as they come.
All right, but the rest of you are a shifty lot. Which makes me trust you a little more. What did you have to put on the table?
What do you want?
Something interesting.
And what would interest a swarthy sailor such as yourself?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you have that you think would interest me?
I will turn to Eliza. Bring out the cloak.
Is the cloak in the bag of holding, or is it in...
Which cloak? The robe
Yeah,
of
which
flame?
one?
Mm-hmm.
No! He's gonna put it on.
Or
No,
like
he's
looks at
gonna
Ergun, or
torture people.
it kills people.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Oh.
pirate.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, I'll pull out the robe of flaying and kind of hold it like this.
I will take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
And I will drop it on the table, and I will say, for your enemies.
What?
Hello, cat.
Hello, kitty.
Scooby!
This is definitely sign language.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sign
so,
language for more.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to dress up my enemies all fancy like,
It's a robe of flaying. It'll
Does that
tear
mean-
the flesh from their bones.
I just like throw it at them?
kinda
Yes.
Picks it up and starts looking at it.
And Orlak goes, yes. If
Tell
you
me how
wish.
it works.
One moment, process. Where is the beauty?
I'm gonna get a little sparkling water thing. Hey, Dad. Hi.
I have no idea how it works. Not in the thing.
I think you have to put it on.
When you put it on someone, it will suffocate them to death.
Oh. Enoch! I got something for you!
And the people who are around there start laughing. He looks up and he's all, fuck off!
I would only give it to this Enoch if you no longer desire his company.
Nah, I don't desire his company, but it's more of a joke. All right, take that. I'll also need some gold.
We figured as much.
Okay,
Gold we have.
Good.
Perhaps.
I-
Or like we'll pull out from, because he probably had money from buying and selling shit. Like, I'll drop a sack of the 2,300 gold we got from, I don't know, somebody on there. This will
The
be
whole
sufficient.
bar just kind of
The car.
stops. So it kind of like opens up, and there's just like all of these gold coins.
And then Orlac looks at the guy and goes, "The beholder we took this from no longer needs it."
Oh. You don't have any eye stalks, do you?
Yes.
I just want to see one. Oh, shit. All right. I'm not sucking it. All right. Like the cut of your jib. We'll get going in the morning. Now, don't bring too much stuff. So we want to sit low, sit high in the water, move fast.
Just these 2 droids and no questions asked.
Yes. We can leave this afternoon if you want, or if you need more time, we can leave whenever you like.
This afternoon is fine. And she wants you to do something about your breath, dwarf.
Very well.
There you go.
And then Orlac looks over at Eliza. Happy.
Exceedingly.
Good.
All right. You got yourself a ship.
Oh my god.
Got scrolls.
Let's just level up.
And then we're going to do shopping offline.
Yeah.
I have my list.
All right. I think that seems like a good stopping place.
Mm-hmm.
So if we all put together a list and we'll put it on in the Discord somewhere, we could almost get rid of just about everything except for the potions and the scrolls in this bag in the party pool. 'Cause
Yeah.
some of the shit we've never fucking used,
Mm-hmm.
nor probably will we ever. Like the Ring of Recall, we're not going to use, but we could probably retune it to something else.
Watch, as soon as we get rid of certain things, then John's gonna be like, "I'm gonna make something for that that one item."
I bet you wish that one of you could get to Imperia right now.
I very purposely didn't take teleport with Orlac. He because it goes against his whole like gatekeeper thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is useful that Willow's able to, sort of.
I can do a couple of things.
Well, because like
Yeah.
traveling through plants isn't really teleporting, so it's sort of
No.
a different vibe.
Yeah, it's more like
I mean-
we can return to point A from point B kind of deal.
Fast travel.
Aragorn does lots of teleporting though. I mean, it's not big teleporting, but it's like small teleporting.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like localized. Also there's a part of me as a GM that I'm like, once you get teleport, the half the world's gone.
Yeah.
You're only in whatever locations, and
I think you just make teleport if you want it. Like you can have teleport be a thing. You just have to make it costly.
Well, what I was thinking for Aldgate was because of the whole nature of the shield that protects the world from demons. Like teleport might only work in certain places. That's why you have to have like the teleportation teleport circle.
Yeah, I really like teleport as a circle.
Yeah.
Regular teleport in Aldgate might just be random. Like, yeah, you can use it, but you don't know where the fuck you're gonna go.
Yeah, or we like adjust the mishap chart.
Yeah, and make it really high.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That like it's kind of like teleportation circles are almost kind of like hyperspace lanes, where it's like we know for sure that you can get through this way and it's fine. Whereas like if you try to map your own way through with a teleport spell, you're kind of like you're crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or desperate.
They use in the Midgard setting that I write for, they use ley lines, and so there's a whole map of ley lines, and you can travel along those.
That's
But traveling is almost like the ways in Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series. So it's like it's not instantaneous. You actually have to walk, and it's like you only have to go like you travel a day and you've gone 1,000 miles or something. But there can be encounters on the ley lines.
That's a cool idea.
But alrighty, happy people. Looks like we have a ship and almost a destination, sort of.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a fairly smallish area, maybe.
Yeah, Willow. So you should get, or Elora, you should get that armor for Willow. because I mean it doesn't help your armor class that much at the moment, but if you get it all awakened, it improves your wild shape attacks.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty nice. Yeah.
Of course, it's a legendary item, and the likelihood of finding that is probably low. But
Which one? The hide of
the
Pharaoh.
hide of the Feral Guardian.
Yeah.
Well, this looks kind of like the sword that I have, as far as like the dormant awakened. things.
Like-
Yeah, it's from the same book, I think.
Yeah, Explorer's Guide to the Wild now. It's, Mercer.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to they as part of the D&D thing they did monster stats for all the Minecraft monsters. So they're doing a crossover. So I picked up all the monster stats and I'm going to throw them at my kid game.
Oh, that's right. That's so cool.
But I'm not telling them ahead of time. It'll be like, you see this strange sort of like stalk-like green monster. And they won't realize it's one of those ones that explodes.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
Fighting it.
almost like it's made of bricks.
Do we want to set up a Discord channel purely for talking about an in-person gaming get-together to wrap up Series 1 and start Series 2?
We should have a channel for that and a channel to talk about the next game, the next campaign. Because I know a lot of us have various ideas, and if, we could start talking about like who the hell wants to be this and who wants to be that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Brian, so I know, well, actually,
They're
Brian
done.
and John, I remember Brian posting, like, hey, here's all the stuff we have written up about Aldgate, but the character that I'm working on, I'm going to need a lot of history to be able to create her.
And hit me up.
Oh, okay. Well, or
Or John.
yeah, I thought maybe, because you had posted a document a while ago that I thought maybe I could access, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
can just I can share the link to the current doc.
great.
It's very much work in progress, so don't. I would ask
just-
before using any of it, but
Well, and I'll need to talk to as well, because in order to create the character I'm creating, I'm basically going to have to create an entire cult/religious order, figure out where they live, name them, like actually create something that would be part of Aldgate for it to make sense.
well, that's
Yeah.
easy.
We can
That's
do it
easy. We
together.
haven't come up with any of those yet.
Yeah, Brian and I actually, like, on the way up to CD&D, we're talking about different factions in the Aldgate world, and it was like
Yep.
how I saw I think it was like the Red
Yeah.
Wizards thing, and I was like, oh man, we need stuff like that in Aldgate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm creating a cult for you.
Yay!
And I've got a couple of different like ceremonies they believe, how they treat people, weird offshoot like things they do. It's very much a cult.
So this is only 90 pages of material, so
Only 90. Oh dear God.
I mean,
a
I'm
lot
not.
of it's notes and things, but yeah.
Yeah, you could also just ask. So.
Yeah. So I was talking to my daughter about characters, and we were talking about weird ass characters. And as we were doing it, I was thinking of your character, Tiffany, or the thing you were talking about doing a cult, and we were talking because I had a player once who did a character that had different personalities, and it was a disaster and a half, and I don't recommend anybody doing it. But I came up with this idea when I was talking to my daughter that like a cult of the twins, or like some sort of twin gods or twin moons or something, and they basically took
I have that.
They basically took a pair of twins and smushed them into one person, or fractured the mind of one person into two. It's like during the day, it's one person, but then at night, it's another person. I always thought that would be a fun thing to play. Even if like in the daytime, it's a bard. At night, it's a rogue.
Yeah, there's one thing that I never deleted off of the old gods. It was before that they were the Leviathans, and they were just basically like elementals. It was Anar and Anya, who are the lords of dawn and dusk. They're brother and sister who are constantly fighting and trying to kill each other.
Yeah, so I always thought it'd be interesting
But
to have a person whose mind was fractured that way. So like maybe
Yeah.
that cult was to them, and the person has now escaped. But it's like now the two minds know each other, and they know that they're supposed to be one person, or it's supposed to be one mind, but they don't know what to do about it. There was a great
Cool.
fantasy series from way back, and I'm forgetting which the name of it was, but there was a side character who was 5 people. They were a kid gang who had broken into a wizard's house and got cursed, and they all shared the same body
and the same trench coat.
Yeah, and they only one could exist at a time. And so now many years have passed, and so like the smartest among them is now an old man because he spent the most time in control of the body, or outside the body, like, or outside whatever weird null zone they're in, like doing research and trying to figure out how to fix them. And like the biggest among them is also an adult because he was the one protecting everybody. But like the kid thief is still a kid because he spent the least amount of time outside the
Nice.
I also thought that was a cool idea.
I'm really curious about people's ideas for the next campaign because like how do we want to do it? Straight up standard D&D adventurers? Do you all want to know each other? Should we all come together? Because I'm kind of open for anything. I can do it all, baby.
I think we should come together because, like in a regular campaign, I would say like we should know each other because then it saves time. But if we're doing this for streaming, if we don't know each other, then we can be actually showing interest in each other, like we should, and be like asking questions.
Yeah, and maybe it's like
I like
a couple of people know each other, a couple of people don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I think that worked out well for at least like when bringing in the Draken. It gave opportunity for there to be discovery between the 2 different factions, like the two different groups. Like for Brian and I, there was opportunity for us to improv and create stuff with ourselves.
Yeah. I'm not saying that no one can know each other, but there should be,
Yeah, all I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you, and that a balance is probably a good thing. It's like we don't necessarily all need to be with each other, but like maybe the first initial like campaign is like a single person, like the quest giver is offering like I need this thing done, and the 2 of you can go at it. Like you guys can both get it, and whoever gets it back to me first, gets the prize. And then we basically discover like, like we can't actually like do this on our own separately. We have to do this together, and we'll just split the prize or whatever like that. Something where like there's, at least for that first initial bit, there's something that we're kind of opposed, but then there's something that bring us together, and then there's an opportunity for us to kind of keep working together after that.
Yeah, I'm confident John will come up with something like that. So I mean, I was thinking of playing either a halfling or a gnome. Maybe rogue, but if someone else really wants to do rogue, I don't have to play rogue.
I've been going back and forth between just playing a straight up fighter, like a plain fighter with no magic, or just going like straight up like sorcerer kind of thing. I haven't quite decided yet.
I'm leaning towards.
Although, I kind of liked the idea of creating a gunslinger. But I don't know how well that works in your world, John.
Very
well.
That class that Mercer created is terrible.
It's really bad. So Brian and I worked together on a different version. I think needs a little bit of tweaking to make it a little less like Battlemaster.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But it worked great in the campaign that I used it in.
So I mean, you could be our guinea pig on it, Ben.
And then we could
I like the
adjust
idea
it
of like basically making. I like the idea of making a commando kind of character. That seems fun to me. Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, you could easily be like a high keep, like a high keep, basically like a dragoon who got who was this shootist who then somehow is no longer in the service of high keep, and now you're an adventurer. If you want gunslinging.
I like the idea of being a gunslinger. It's like basically kind of like I don't have magic, but I got this cool ass fucking gun or whatever like that. That seems fun to me.
Yeah.
I just know that I want to play something that's different from Hali and from Ergun. So keep those characters.
What about you, Alora?
I haven't truly thought about it yet. I know. I want to savor my time with Willow.
I'm gonna play bad guys.
What?
Oh, I see how it is.
Well, and that's another question. That we probably should come to an agreement on the type of campaign that we want to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean, like this one was sort of the. I'm not even sure you could put a name on it. I mean, it was sort of started like murder hobos. It was like rescue into murder hoboing into like saving the world.
No, it was musketeers. It was rescuing musketeers. I don't know that we were ever quite murder hobos. We were always under the charge of what?
Well, there was the castle thing.
There were a
Right.
ton of guards.
Just because you murdered a lot of people does not make you murder hobos. Murder
Yes,
hobos
we were never hobos.
are like, you won't give me a discount on that potion? Die.
You're more murder gentlemen.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, I mean, what kind of? Oh, well, first of all, John, what kind of campaign do you think you want to run? Because you need to be in agreement on it too.
Yeah, there are certain things that I do better than others. Like a lot of political intrigue, like Game of Thrones shit. It's not my thing. I don't do horror very well. Yeah, I tend to do big damn heroes stuff and also low level gaming stuff really well. Like some of my favorite stuff is just, people versus people.
Yeah. I mean, we could continue the whole like demon thing.
I'm
We could-
a little bit burned out on demons.
Right. Well, that's just it.
I think that at least keeping the flavor of what we have going now, like the antagonist doesn't have to be demons, but I think as far as having like from a tonal perspective, I think that we've all really enjoyed experiencing our games and like watching our games because of the tone that we currently have. I think that if we're specifically thinking about this next campaign being something that we, actually like share with the world, that we try to continue like recapture the lightning in the bottle with what we have currently going. It's not going to be the same, obviously, but at
the
least from a
lightning
tonal
can be.
perspective, we can try to.
Yeah. No, I think the tone should be the same. Yeah.
I like the idea of a treasure hunt to get us started.
I know some people who have a treasure map.
Right. And we could even tie in this game of like, so I don't know, but I like the idea of, because with a treasure hunt, you might get ships and pirates, you'd get adventures, you'd get islands, you get different cultures, or who knows how it's crafted. But it's a good reason to bring people together into a group to start off as a treasure hunt.
Yeah, I like that. I mean,
agree.
I'm not so much worried about like how it starts because John will figure that out. But
Yeah.
I do like the games that I like. The thing I love about the Allgate game is it started off small, like we had Rescue,
Yeah.
and it built up into this much.
Big.
Like it has to. Like when you get to be our level, it can't be. We have to just rescue the one guy because it's
Right.
who cares? I mean,
We already murdered everyone in a castle.
Right.
And
When you're
fucked
12th
the
level,
wizard.
you're changing the world with what you're doing. So it's like the stakes have to increase. And but maybe there's something to be said, John, around doing something with the cults and the organizations of Allgate, because it would force us to make those.
Yeah.
And another area we haven't explored is the whole like sleeping god thing. And in terms of like engaging an audience, that might be something that's big and flashy and but yeah, we should think about it. So.
I know. I know on my end, I want to play a former cultist who all you know about her is that she had a weird past. And John and Brian, to an extent, know a little bit of her history, but I think I want her to be a druid. I haven't 100% decided on that yet.
It's a fun time.
I know. Druid would be fun, or I do want her to be it because the cult would have some sort of magic training to it. And I think druidic magic is probably the closest to what their belief system would follow.
Well, I mean, you could have like after you escaped from the cult, then joined the druids at that point and got some more training or something.
True. I don't
Or-
think she did though.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, sorcerer was the other one.
There's always warlock.
Yeah.
There is no, not for her. Not for her. So the basis of the cult is that they believe the gods are evil and Marsilio has tried to destroy the world and would again, which is a ridiculous notion to anyone who's not in the cult. But and they have all, I mean, and they're they're a cult, so there's abusive practices, there's blah blah blah. I can go into detail, but the idea is with druids is they would believe that the magic comes from the earth, not from the gods. And so that's why a sorcerer, the magic might come from the gods. A warlock or a
sorcerer,
cleric,
the power comes from within.
So yeah, right. So sorcerer would work. Druid might work.
Comes from your bloodline.
Yeah.
Warlock also works too, depending on who your patron is. Like,
well, no, because any god, she wouldn't sign a contract
all gods,
unless it was
though.
after.
Yeah,
not all gods.
Warlocks do
Not all
not worship
patrons
gods generally.
Yeah, they're more, but it's more entities.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't really want to do a warlock.
You don't have to do a warlock.
You don't have to.
I'm
No.
not a big fan of warlocks. You got 2 fucking spell slots forever.
Right.
So the other thing,
And elder class.
the other option that we're doing in Allgate is we're going to create a custom witch class, somewhere along the line. So, yeah, if anybody wants to be a guinea pig of that, you know what?
In addition, like a neat idea that we want to consider, because if we don't want to completely abandon this group of characters, maybe every once in a while, I always like the idea of having 2 different groups that do things within a world that affect each other.
Mhm.
So maybe we don't have to completely abandon this group and put a bookend on them when we're ready to move on, kind of thing. We can still come back to these characters and they can have maybe one of the more larger bombastic things that really kind of affects the world space that can trickle down to the new group that we're creating as well.
Yeah.
So the only question about that for me
Like a
is
treasure
if we're broadcasting this and we play a game with the old characters, no one's going to understand what the hell's happening. We'd have to figure out a way to make that flow, or maybe that game is one that we don't broadcast that one, and that one's just for us.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That might be a refreshing change of pace too for us.
Yeah, I would say if anyone ever has an idea for an adventure, or like, hey, remember that thing that happened that one time and we never found that Rakshasa? Can we do
or
something with
if
that?
someone or people are can't one or two people can't make the game for whatever day, and we don't feel like we have enough, that person was important for whatever the next game is. We obviously have nothing to air at that point, and we can just run a site, run the old guys.
Yeah, little one shot.
Little one shots.
Laura, I know you haven't thought of it this way, but I would love to see you play a paladin.
Yeah.
You'd be a great paladin.
That'd be cool.
You'd make an
Yeah.
excellent
Your pal.
paladin.
I'm your
Oh my God.
paladin.
The cutest paladin ever. Hi, I'm your paladin.
Pal.
I put the
Paladin.
paladin.
Oh my God, so
I've
cute.
been the paladin.
Or just the smolder. You've got the smolder down pat.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
I mean, you
I-
can certainly deliver a kitten from the jaws of a giant fish.
Oh, giant
fish that
Yes.
look all majestic.
Hey,
Absolutely.
the sorcerer immediately claimed he could do the same thing. I'm not pushing this because you should pick whatever characters you want. But
Mhm.
if Eliza's playing a druid or a witch or something, you could play her orc, like her orc paladin. Because nothing says they have to be you have to be men or there's no gender involved in that. They just
True.
Baba Yaga goes, you two.
or a sorcerer. I go back and forth between the two, really. But
Yeah, you should look into sorcerer. It's very cool.
it is very cool.
Oops, all sorcerers.
But also, Ben, if you wanted to play a sorcerer, I don't need to.
No, I to be honest, I think I'm either leaning more towards the gunslinger thing or kind of like a cleric kind of role.
Well, I know that LJ said she wanted to be a cleric.
My God,
Yeah,
we
probably
actually have a
just-
cleric
You
in
said
the
fighter.
party.
You meant fighter?
I think I know that I typically play fighter type characters, and so I wanted to potentially dabble in spells and stuff like that. But I think the idea of playing a gunslinger is also
It's pretty cool.
fun as well. So I mean, if LJ's got the whole cleric thing unlocked, that's totally dope.
We can ask them.
And I'm happy to play test for Brian and John.
So
Yeah.
so if LJ plays a cleric, that means we'd have a cleric, a gunslinger, and if Laura wanted to be a paladin, you have a paladin, a druid, and then a rogue.
Druid or sorcerer and a rogue, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty balanced party, except we wouldn't have a tank.
Wait, paladin.
Paladin.
Who's
Oh, the paladin.
Massive tank.
Duh. Massive tank.
Okay.
And I
Who's
put
the rogue?
The link to the gunmaster in the.
I'd be a rogue.
Brian.
Copy.
I'd be really happy rogue. See, I'm not getting rogue. Yeah, I'd be like, I was gonna do a voice too. It'd be fun. I'm trying to work on it, like more like higher pitch. Like, oh yeah, I'm a rogue. This is exciting.
Very
Hey,
rogue.
what does this do? What does this thing do?
Live here.
I
I'm gonna
really
poke it.
love at the early onset of Mighty Nine where Sam doesn't know how to play a rogue and his character's just drunk, and instead of like finding the traps and releasing them, just keeps setting them off. And
No, it's all clear. It's all clear.
So my idea for my rogue is that he's a little crazy, and he has an imaginary friend. That's a sock puppet, and I was gonna make a sock puppet.
Oh boy. You're gonna be the chaos character, aren't you?
I am. I'm gonna be the chaos monkey. He seems to be in it just for the experience, but he always seems to get hurt. So it's a good thing LJ's playing a cleric.
This is pretty cool here, John, what you posted about the Gunmaster.
Yeah, Brian put that up. We were talking about it. Fuck, man, this is
Yeah, there's a
the
while
beginning
back.
of the pandemic because
I just kind of like the gun tricks. Buck up, pal. Fake them out. Fear my bullets. Get them. Hey, look at me. Line them up.
Pew, 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 pew.
The downside to this class is that it's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think though it's not because you have to pick a certain ones, and you only get like I think 2 to begin with or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it slowly builds up, and you have like a couple of things you can do, but mostly you're probably gonna.
I can't remember. Was this a fighter subclass?
Yes.
Fighter subclass. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the whole
in D&D Beyond
there
as
was.
well.
Yeah, grit sounds very familiar to me. It feels like it's like either a Pathfinder gunslinger thing.
Yeah, it was a Pathfinder. They used grit for the Pathfinder swashbuckler.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
and Mercer used it for the gunslinger in the Critical Role game. the
Yeah.
first season.
I mean, honestly, it was really just a way to a thing to name the points.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well let's just talk about it another time. But I like the idea of doing this. This seems fun and within the realm of the world.
Because there's something to consider that the stuff we should pick things that highlight the setting if we're
Mhm.
having people watch this. So like doing the gunslinger makes sense, or having somebody.
My only question would be: is that are we staying with like muskets, or is there an opportunity to move like up towards say like lever actions kind of thing?
The
Or something like
way.
Laser rifles.
Only what you see on the shelf, buddy.
Yeah, the way D&D works, I kind of always talk about them as muskets, but like the only way to make it fun is if you do the way 5e runs them. So basically,
You can reload in a round.
yes, you have to. You can use
So
an
that's-
action or a bonus action to reload, but you can carry a brace of pistols. You can use. I have the pistols in Aldgate have the light weapon property, so you can do two-weapon fighting with them.
Because if we go into lever action, then it's like you're into basically revolvers, and that's a whole other level of technology that we were sort of leaning more toward the Renaissance-esque firearm, a little bit past that. But
I can tell you how it's worked in other ones. Is you get this may be a magic item that you get. I made a holster of reloading, which is basically it takes a round to do so, but during that round you can use other guns, so you can drop them. For instance, one of my players was playing a rogue who had these guns, and she had 2 magic guns, and she would open with those, jam them in the pistols of reloading, pull out 2 other pistols, and that were just regular, and use those in the next round, and just keep going back and forth.
The other thought too is that maybe these are just not like black powder guns. Maybe these are like
Cartridge.
Magic. Yeah, or cartridge. Well, cartridge I think goes towards further into like lever actions and revolver shit, because that's the coming of revolvers and lever actions came along with cartridges.
Yeah, I'm looking at it more from a fantasy point of view, where like
yeah,
it's still you have to like ram the cartridge down the barrel, but it still works somehow in the back of the gun.
or the cartridge is this big thing that you stick in the side of the gun, and it shoots once, and then you have to reload it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, except it goes down the barrel.
Yeah, or whichever.
Basically, jam it down the barrel, boom, and then you have to reload it.
But I mean, yeah, it's yeah.
I would say let's just find another time to talk about it. We can figure it out.
Yeah, I gotta eat dinner.
But yeah, I think having classes that highlight the setting is going to be cool.
Yeah,
for
so
showing
definitely
off
think
Allgate,
swashbucklers, high
which is orcs.
high action adventure, and pirates and shit.
Yeah,
Sure.
if
Okay.
Alora, if Eliza ends up, or if Tiffany ends up being a sorcerer, you could always be like an orc whose witch has been killed. Gives a good tragic backstory.
I follow this.
Ooh, cool.
You'll see her in my dreams.
Or just a super hot paladin with a lot of smolder,
Didn't we do that
who
already?
you don't realize is like, "Hi, I'm your pal, Aden." Get it?
Oh, like dad joke paladin.
Yeah.
That's not smolder. Those are
No,
puns.
walks up, smolder. Oh, hi there. Maybe a Norwegian accent.
I am a paladin.
I am a paladin. Get it?
Oh, sure, those guys are evil, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Okay.
Would you like a salad? It has no lettuce.
It's all mushrooms, or sorry, not mushrooms. Marshmallows.
Pull the dressing.
Snicker salad. It's got peanuts and chocolate and sour cream.
Oh man,
No, not sour
We-
cream.
when I shot that vampire movie out in Minnesota, every night they made Snicker salad.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a salad.
I refuse to call that a salad. It's not a salad.
Just call it a mess. That's what it is.
Thank
All right.
you.
And apples.
All right, beautiful people. Let's talk more about character stuff as we. And then the main thing we need to figure out is really if we end up doing the gathering here, if people can afford to fly out this way, or if we do like in the middle, if everybody can afford to fly out that way, or if we do it by Chicago area, if the people out here can afford to fly out there. So it's all about, and if no one can afford to do it, then we do it virtually.
Then we panic.
Then panic. And after the panic, profit.
The profit.
We don't know about the middle step yet.
Yeah. Step 1, steal sock.
Step 1, panic. Step 2, profit.
No, step 1, panic. Step 3, profit. What's step 2? I don't know.
Yeah,
Not really sure yet.
Figure it out.
we'll find out.